Hi Tera fans, this is Tera Solo Gamer. In today's video we're going to be talking about farming gold in the game of Tera. One of my YouTube viewers, I'm going to mess this name up, Davidi Agus, Divide a Goose, I have no idea how to pronounce his name. I'm sure I butchered that up right nice just now, but I'm guessing he knows what I'm talking about. He asked me to do this video to show some of my favorite ways of farming gold. Now, of course, the first thing in my mind when he said he wanted a video on farming gold was, I thought, wow, where did I even begin? I mean, there are a whole lot of different ways of getting gold in the game of Tera. Many of those ways, of course, like any game, some are going to give you less gold than others. Some are going to give you more. So I'll just throw some of the things out there today that will help you to get some gold in the game. And I'll go ahead and start with a recommendation that another one of my viewers had said, Jessica Meyer, who mentioned that she makes gold by doing multiplayer dungeons. Now, I don't personally do multiplayer dungeons, obviously, because I'm a solo player. Now, I do know that some of those people who do the multiplayer dungeons sell some of the drops in the trade broker. And because I buy some of those drops. I've mentioned some of the other videos and shown you the material crate 4, bonus material crate 4, something like that. We'll get that in a little bit. But she was talking about doing those, and of course we get gold from doing Vanguard requests. Now mine are always set for solo. I'll put it on all for a moment, and you can see like some of these dungeons like this Conquer, Rampaging, RK9. She's going to get 1,280 gold each time she does it. And you can usually do these Vanguard requests up to like 16 times a day. At least you have elite gold. I think if you don't have elite, you can do them less times, but still you're going to have a few times at least you can do it. And you see whenever she does it, she's also going to get things like a diamond. What else we got down here? Okay, most of that stuff's probably not tradable, but that's a diamond. And we'll get into diamonds specifically in a moment. I'm going to go back now. I'm not sure which of these. This one will give you an emerald. Plus you get some etching element 3 bucks. You could pull an etching out of there and sell that. I'm not sure which of them actually drops the bonus material 4 boxes. But like I said, I buy those, so I know people sell them. And a lot more dungeons than I thought. And of course you can also check the instance matching list if you want to see what kind of drops you're going to get. So you're going to get some money from the Vanguard request whenever you do a multiplayer dungeon, if you're a multiplayer dungeon person. And you may get a few items that drop that you can sell through the trade broker. Now a lot of those are not tradable. But you get like sapphires, emeralds, diamonds, frost metal equipment chests. You could actually sell those. I see those for sale. Bonus material box 2 from Mangelmeyer. Now bonus material box 2 reminds me under Vanguard requests. I'm going to go back to solos. Even if you don't do multiplayer dungeons, there's one. Hunt Bams near the Bower. Kill contaminated fate-touched lithicumas. Now you notice that every time you do this particular Vanguard request, you're going to get 9 bonus material box 2s. And if you've ever hunted these particular lithicumas in Sealywood, then you know that they also drop more of these boxes while you're killing them. So you're going to have 9 plus a few extras. You can actually take those to the bank and sell those. So if you happen to be working on, say, item XP for your gear and your weapon, and you're doing this anyway, you know, say you got to pick one of these. Pick one of them that drops these boxes. Several of them drop the boxes. You can see that right there. And then that was a bonus material box 2. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what those are going for. And again, as I've mentioned in other videos, trade broker, you can do partial word searches. So I'm just going to do map 2. You see it brings up bonus material box 2. And those are going for like 180 gold each. So if you have to work on your item XP anyway, pick one of the fights that's going to give you some of these bonus material boxes. You're going to get 9 from the Vanguard request. They're going to drop more of them while you're killing them. But, you know, even just saying 10, that's an extra 1,800 gold right there while you're working on your item XP that you need to do anyway. Now, obviously, that's assuming you don't need the enchanting materials that the box contains. Of course, if you need the enchanting materials, keep the boxes, get your enchanting materials till you get your gear up to where you need it. And then once you're done with getting your gear enchanted up, at least if it's those types of enchanting materials, then you can start selling off boxes as you do it more and more often. Now, we're standing here by the trade broker. Let me start by saying that in this game, well, actually, one of the other ways, so we talked a little bit about running dungeons or running Vanguard requests to get extra drops for bonus material boxes. We saw some diamonds, some emeralds, some sapphires, some other things. You'll sell those things to the trade broker. In the inventory, where was it? I think it was here. Whoops. Now, I'm going to show you just this one item. And I want you to look at the comments on there. Cannot trade and no sale value. Now, this particular thing also says cannot be stored in a bank and can't be stored in the guild bank. The parts about the banks aren't important so much when we're talking about trying to make gold. Although it is nice when I'm getting items that I can put at least in my regular bank. I'm a solo player, so I don't worry about all that guild mess. But if I can put it in my individual bank, this particular gamer tag, I have 22 characters. So if I go through all 22 of them one day and I'm farming for certain things, then I can take all those items from each of them, drop them in the bank, and then one character can pull them all out, especially if I'm getting crafting materials and I have one master craft person. Okay, so that becomes important because what you actually want to see, we're going to go to the diamond, I told you to mention that. You can see at the bottom it says sale value. Anytime on any item you see the word sale value, that means you can walk up to any NPC merchant that deals in gold. That doesn't apply to certain special merchants like the angler token only merchants or whatever. That won't work. But any other non-player character merchant, and sell it for that exact amount. No haggling, no questions. You have 1 diamond, you go to any NPC merchant, you sell it to them, they'll give you 10,000 gold, boom, period. Now you also see it says average brokered sale. You can also sell this through the trade broker. And right now the average price is going for 13,103 gold. You may want to consider dropping it in the trade broker and get a little bit of extra gold. Now, you know, on top of what you would have gotten selling it to the NPC merchant. Now, me personally, I know for a fact that right now if you put a diamond in the trade broker during the current trade broker rates for 12,000, that's a really fast, easy sell. Someone's going to snatch it up probably within minutes or maybe the hour. So if you want a quick, easy sale and you want to get more money than what you would have gotten from an NPC merchant, then go ahead and take your chances in the trade broker. And again, if you sell it at less than the average brokered prices at the moment, a lot of times you get a quick, easy sale. Now, I think fish crate. Okay, now you see fish crates here. They're a little special. It tells you what a fishmonger will pay for it, 960 gold. But at the bottom you see the word sale value, 320. That means you can take it to any NPC merchant and get 320 gold from them. But you'll notice it doesn't say anything about an average brokered sale. So since it doesn't say anything about broker sales, you know that this you can only sell to NPC merchants. Okay, there are certain items that you can sell only to an NPC merchant, and then certain items you can sell through a merchant or put it in the trade broker. And I think some don't have any sale value, but you can sell through the trade broker. Right off the top of my head, I can't remember, but you'll know it when you see it because it'll be labeled. Angler tokens, you cannot trade it. It has no sale value, and you can't store it in the guild bank. So I can store it in my regular bank, because remember, it doesn't say anything about not my regular bank. So angler tokens are one of those things. I can go through all my characters, all 22 of them, get some extra angler tokens, put them into the bank, and then that one character can pull them all out and upgrade the fishing rod. Okay, so that's a little different. That's not about gold, but it's the same basic concept like if you were putting enchanting materials like this, which there's no real restrictions on this. It doesn't say no anything. So for this, an emerald, and again the diamonds, you can actually put that in your bank. You can put it into your guild bank. You can sell it to an NPC vendor, or you can put it in the trade broker. And most of the time, if you can sell to an NPC vendor, or you can put it in the trade broker normally gives you more money. Normally, other players are willing to pay more than what you would have gotten from an NPC broker. Like you can see with the emerald, NPC merchant will give you 1,000, but the average brokerage sale is going for 1,354 through a trade broker right now. Diamond, 10,000 to NPC merchant, or 13,103 through the trade broker. So a lot of these items that you get, you can sell either through the NPC merchant or the trade broker, and it's up to you if you want to deal with the weight, possibly not making a sale in the trade broker, but getting a little more gold maybe, then you might want to go with the trade broker. If you just want real quick money, easy, take it to the NPC merchant, let them buy it from you. And we get a whole lot of drops from a whole lot of these things. Like right now we have the accumulated login event going on. And you can see when we get to day 24, we're going to get 3 more diamonds. Get to day 21, we're going to get 10 more strongbox keys. These things usually sell pretty well. I had done a video just over 2 months ago asking if it's worth it or not to open locked strongboxes, you know, to buy the keys from the Tera Store using Tera Coins. Well, I don't think it's worth it. And I opened a whole bunch of boxes with every key I had at the time, which I had been getting from all these event drops. So I had no more keys. Now, a little over 2 months later, I have a whole bunch more keys because they drop a lot of them. So I can sell those because I'm not planning on using them for opening locked strong boxes. And that's your choice, you know, if you want to do it. Here we're going to get some fish steaks on that day. Food buffs, they sell pretty well. And you can actually cook your own food buffs. All right, now we were talking about the trade broker. I'm going to go in. Now, you see, before I do that, if you look down at the bottom for gold, you can see I have 0 gold on this character right now. I put all the gold in the bank. She's not holding any gold. I did that on purpose because when we get done with the video, I want you to see how much gold I have for today. Now, in preparation for this video, what I did was I started my character by taking a bunch of stuff because I've been meaning to clean out some of my banks anyway. On this gamer tag and 3 other gamer tags that I had, 3 alternate gamer tags. And I decided to go ahead and start taking a little bit of stuff out of my bank, cleaning a little, because all my bank tabs are seriously getting too full. I'm running out of room. So I've been meaning to clean out anyway. So I actually took out items that I knew I had either personally gathered or crafted or enchanted, or the game had given to me for free through some of these different events. So everything you see in the trade broker that we're going to pull for sales, I paid nothing for. Because one thing I will show you, one of the big ways that people make money is going to the Tera Store and buying items using real money or Tera Coins. I'll tell you right now, you don't actually need to do that, and you can still make a lot of gold in Tera. But, just for the sake of argument, for those of you who have a great career and you have plenty of expendable cash and you're okay spending it on a game, you can make gold by buying things in the Tera Store, listing them in the trade broker. But be careful for certain things like this. Like this one I know for a fact, level 65 scroll. If you go in there, you can see one of the notes under notices. 1, Reapers can't use it because they start at a high level anyway. Don't start at level 1, so it's useless for them. And it says cannot trade. If you see that message, cannot trade, don't bother buying it from the Tera Store thinking you're going to go sell it to the trade broker, because you can't. You can't put it in the trade broker. So when you're trying to figure out what it is you want to put in the trade broker, if you're wanting to spend Tera Coins and spend real money to buy items to sell through the broker, now, Elite Status Gold for 30 days is right there. It says right on it, it's tradable. You can see there's no restriction that says cannot trade. you will be able to trade it. It's a pretty popular item most of the time because a lot of times people want to leave gold, but they either can't or don't want to spend real money on it. So they'll use in-game gold to buy it through the trade broker. So there's one of your items if you want to buy stuff from the store. Now again, that's just for people who do want to spend real money. But this video is going to be focused primarily on just doing things in the game where you don't have to spend any money. Alright, now we're back here at the trade broker again. Let me go in and look at my listings. Now these are all the items. Yesterday, afternoon and evening, I pulled a bunch of stuff out of my bank that I no longer need. And these are all things that have been given to me over the past couple of months from drops from events, like inventory expansion, equipment preset expansion, all these things. Emerald designs, some of these extra designs I keep picking up, I actually get from all the world bands that I hunt, because sometimes they'll drop designs and all that. You can also get these through the actual merchants in the craft shops. And what I've done is tried to list them for less than what it would cost a player to go buy it from the craft shop, so maybe they'll buy it. Now, these are items I listed that haven't sold yet. But again, it hadn't even been maybe 24 hours since I put them in there. XP boost, we get a lot of those from a lot of drops. Starberry Deliciousness, I make those during the summer festival, no. Festival of the Sun? I think that's what it's called. You make these Starberry Deliciousness things, which boost, I think, your MP or something. And they're kind of popular, so I put those up for sale. Big Head, we get a lot of those dropped in a lot of the events. Spicy fish buffets, a lot of these food buffs you can cook yourself in the crafting menu. And I do cover that in my fishing video. Because when it comes to cooking and crafting, cooking items, most of the recipes you're going to get from doing special fishing quests. And in my fishing video, I go through every quest that you have to do to get a recipe. So you can actually go to the description of my fishing video, to the bottom of the description, and it shows you the different times for which recipe you're looking for and which quest it is. And skip to that time if you don't want to watch the whole video, if you're just looking for a specific recipe or something. But a lot of times they can sell. And Traveler's Insurance, my God, I don't even know how many dozens of these things I have, because they constantly drop those as well for free in the game. So these are all free things I've gotten from drops, things I've cooked, things I've crafted during special events. Everything I've done here for free. But these haven't sold yet. But again, they haven't even been out there for like 24 hours yet. Now we get into brokered sales. These are the things that have sold. And you'll notice I've got 3 heroic oath type things. My top 13 characters are one of each class. And my goal is to eventually get all 13 shiny gold titles, because I think it'll look cool having 13. Right now, only 11 have them. So my priestess is working on her loose cannon title for life level 60. She's been doing a whole lot of crafting and enchanting. So a few of the extra items she enchanted up just to get the points, I've already enchanted them anyway. I was doing it for her leveling. So I'm throwing it out there for sale because I don't need them for anything. Now, the one thing to look at when it comes to enchanting up gear, because a lot of people will enchant gear and weapons and then sell them for a profit in the trade broker. The one thing to look at is when you enchant a gear or a weapon up to a high enough level to where you can sell it, you're going to need a liberation scroll, because it's probably going to be soul bound to you, unless you happen to pick it up in a dungeon and it binds on equip and you haven't equipped it yet. You're typically, if you're enchanting a lot of these, they're going to be soul bound to you. You're going to need a liberation scroll. So one thing to consider is they do sell liberation scrolls through the Tera Store, or they sell liberation scrolls. A lot of people will buy them and sell them in the trade broker. And right now, that's a style item. That's not for gear. That's for clothing. That's not for gear or weapon. Wow, they jumped up. I actually bought some of them this morning for 80,000, or yesterday, I mean, 80,000 gold to liberate those 3 pieces. Now, I guess all the cheaper ones are sold out. So now people have them for 150,000. But even assuming, like I said, I bought all three of mine yesterday for 80,000 gold each through the trade broker. All the cheaper ones are sold out. So if you know they sometimes sell cheaper and you see 150,000, you may want to hold off and wait for someone else to list them, because sometimes people will list these things way too high. But right now, the cheapest one. So even if you needed it right now and you bought a Liberation Scroll for 150,000 gold, you're going to be able to sell it for 600,000 gold. So you're still making a few 100,000 gold profit, even though you're not spending a red penny of real money. You're buying it, the Liberation Scroll through the trade broker, and then you're using the Liberation Scroll to liberate the gear or the weapon, and you're selling that item for several thousand more than what you had to pay for the Liberation Scroll. Now, if you're actually doing it for profit only, look at what you're having to pay for the actual enchanting part. Each one, do all your math, add up each enchantment you know you're going to have to do to get up to the point where you can liberate it. And be sure that by the time you buy a Liberation Scroll and you spent the money to get it up to that level, that you're actually still going to make a profit. Now again, my priestess was enchanting all this gear up anyway, no matter what, because she's working on her life level to get loose cannon. I think she's up to around level 49 or 50 or something right now, you know. So she was doing it anyway. So I had extra enchanted gear lying around. Go ahead and sell it. And that's the big thing. And when you're doing this stuff, you're going to sell extra stuff out of your inventory. Now again, I loaded this thing up with a bunch of extra stuff in my inventory that had been lying around for a while. You can see golden derricks there. I get a lot of those kind of things from hunting world bands and stuff like that. They drop like crazy. I got a signal manual there. I'm a solo gamer. I don't need signal manuals because I don't use signals. I'm by myself. Who am I signaling? You know, unless I'm talking to myself, I don't even need it. I sold that. Now here we got strongbox keys. Since I did that last video a couple months ago where I used up all my strongbox keys, some of these other events have dropped more free strongbox keys. Like I said, in the accumulated login event, I showed you that, where right now, on a certain day, we're going to get even more of them. Same thing with diamonds. Those things have been dropping from a lot of the different events. I could have enchanted diamonds up from like emeralds and stuff because I have a bunch of extra stuff, but these diamonds were actually just from drops. Additional character slot. I already have 22 character slots on this particular gamer tag, and I can't create any more because 22 is the max, so I can't use the additional character slot unless I send it to one of my other ones, other gamer tags, but they already have a bunch of free additional character slots just from all these drops we've been getting. I got a style item liberation scroll down there that was a drop from one of the recent events, more diamonds, some more designs that I've gotten from like world bands and stuff. Those ones actually sold. Inventory expansion. Again, these all are free drops that I have gotten. Goddess blessings, those things drop all the time. A few fish salads, sold a few of those. I can't remember if I crafted those ones myself or if they came in drops from some of the events, because some of the events drop food buffs. Golden Derrick design down there, I sold that for like 10,000, but I've been getting those from hunting world bands. Tall body, we actually get a lot of those from some of the recent events. The flying skill for an Atlantis white shark, I happened to get lucky during one of the recent events where you get these chests that you can open up, and there's this teeny tiny little percentage chance that you might actually get something like that. I got that flying skill out of there, but I didn't apply it to any of my characters because they all already have flying skills and they didn't need it. And the flying skills they have already give them HP and MP boost, crit boost, and all that. Another design for Emerald. Equipment preset expansion. That's one of those things that have dropped from some of these things. So everything in here that you see that I have sold has come from drops from events. I've crafted it, or I have enchanted it myself in the game. Didn't spend a penny for any of this stuff, except for what little I may have had to spend to actually enchant something, you know, or to craft something. All right, so I already showed. I'm going to show you one more time. Be sure everyone knows there's nothing up my sleeves. Down at the bottom where it says gold, 0. I have no gold in my inventory at the moment.
Looking good, friend.
Go to my brokerage sales. I'm going to collect all of these. And I had so many things sold that it even one click. That's already 1.8 million. And there's another 157,000, almost a million, and then the last few, 19,000. Okay, so now I've gotten, what is it, over 3 million from what I just sold today, from yesterday to today. And again, it was all stuff out of my inventory that I've been getting free from drops from events, or that I have crafted, or that I have enchanted. Now, that has to do with selling items that are in your bank that you don't need, or in your inventory you don't need, or items that you've crafted, or that you've enchanted, or that you've gathered. You sell all those kind of things. Now I'm going to go. I was getting ready to. Okay, so we talked about multiplayer dungeons, which I don't do, but other people do, and my viewer Jessica Meyer says she makes her gold from that. We talked about one of the things I want to talk about, because we talked about the Vanguard request. I want to talk about the advantages of multiple players on one gamertag. This particular gamertag, I have 22 characters. Now, there are a few of these Vanguard requests, like solo fishing. You can see I get 100 gold for that. Solo fishing is one of those that you can do one time per day per character. So in this case, I get 100 gold when I go fishing and I catch 10 fish. That's all you got to do. Catch 10 fish. Ta-da, you're done. That's the whole thing. Just catch 10 fish. It doesn't even matter what level they are or whatever. You get those bonuses right there. 30 angler tokens, 5 red angler worms, 1 gathered material box, and you can see 100 gold right there. Now, once I've done that and I continue fishing for the next couple of hours on that one character, I don't get anything extra from Vanguard. I don't get any more of the extra fishing tokens. I don't get any more of the extra gold. All I'm going to get is the value that I get from each of the fish that I actually catch, which gives me some angler tokens, and then once I go sell it, I'll get some gold. Now, one of the benefits of having multiple characters, like in my case, if I just take this character and I catch 10 fish, and I go ahead and collect my 30 angler tokens and my 100 gold, but I actually stop after that 10, and I go to my next character and only do 10. Next character do 10. Next character do 10. By the time I've gotten through 22, I've gotten 2,200 gold, because each of them gets the Vanguard request. So I've gotten 2,200 gold extra instead of just the 100 gold extra. And at 22, 30, I'll get 660 extra angler tokens as opposed to only 30 extra angler tokens if I had only done it with one character. Okay, so that's one advantage to having multiple characters on one account. And even if you only make a second character, because if I recall correctly, a second character, or your account comes with 2 free character slots, if I remember right. Then after 2, you have to apply extra character slots. But as you saw, we get extra character slots from some of the events that drop for free. So anytime you get one of those, if you've only got your 2 slots, go ahead and apply it so you have 3 slots and then 4 slots, if you plan on making more characters. Now, and it's the same thing to prove yourself worthy. You get 600 gold one time per day per character for doing one world event. So you go do a world event, then you come collect your Vanguard. You're going to get 600 gold, and then you're going to get those Vanguard credits and a few Noctiniums. And those aren't really... there's other Noctiniums that drop a lot that do better than that one. So you get 600 gold. But then if you have 10 characters, and you just go with each character and do one world event each, by the time you get through 10 characters, that's 6,000. 20 characters, 12,000. 2 more characters on top of that. What did we say? 12,000? 13,200? Something like that. Instead of just 600 gold. That's an extra 13,000 gold right there, because I have 22 characters, and I can run each of them through one world mission instead of running one character through world missions 22 times, because you're only going to get this bonus one time per character. So, but I get the extra bonuses by doing each character one at a time. And that adds up very quickly, especially on the world events, even the gold aside, even though we're actually talking about gold. Okay, no, there we go. Like if you're trying to collect legendary tokens, you end up getting some legendary tokens. each of those characters can then drop those legendary tokens into the bank and consolidate under one character. Okay, so that's one of the major advantages to having multiple characters. Now, another way of making gold in the game, which I am sure everyone noticed when they first started playing the game, is by simply leveling a character up from level 1 to level 65. Because when you're going through and doing all those quests, you're going to get gold for each of the red mainline quests. Now, in this case, I'm looking at For the Federation, Enemies, Foreign and Domestic. If she goes and does that quest right now, the quest itself gives 500 gold. But you can see there's a ×3 on there. And that's because I have elite gold status. If you have elite gold status, it's going to triple the amount of money you get for any one of your red mainline quests that you do. So instead of 500 gold, she's going to get 1,500 gold because it triples it every time you do one of these quests. And as you can imagine, even without the bonus for elite, you don't have elite, that's cool. You'll still get a lot of gold overall by the time you get from level 1 through 65, going through doing all the quests. You just won't get as much. But to show you in here, whoops, wrong button, hold on. There it is. Quester's Gold Boost, Elite Gold, I get a 200% boost, which means the original money plus 200% more, which ends up being ×3. That's why you saw ×3 on the little placard. Now let me look at silver. Okay, so silver, you're going to get a 150% boost every time you do a quest. So even if you only have silver, which is cheaper than gold, you're still going to get a boost on it. But again, you don't have to buy elite. You can buy elite through the trade broker if you're just using in-game gold for stuff. Like I said, a lot of people buy it that way because a lot of people pay real money, Tera Gold or Tera Coin, to buy them, and then they'll sell them in the trade brokers. You can get a hold of them one way or the other. Even if you don't want to pay real money and don't have Tera Coin, you can still buy them through a trade broker if you've earned a little bit of money and put that gold. So they'll give you that boost. But again, even if you don't have elite, you're going to get the money for the quests. It just won't be as much. And I mentioned I have 22 characters on this particular gamer tag. I'm going to go to the characters real quick just to show you. And I've actually had other characters that I do not currently have on here because I had them and then I deleted them. For example, I recently deleted one of my characters and started a new character who's currently at level 56. Her in particular I did because I was doing a few special videos for lower level type characters to show people. But in the past I have actually deleted some of my extra characters that I don't use, just so that I could create a new character and run them from level 1 to 65 again. One, I end up getting a whole bunch of gold doing it. Two, another thing that I collect a lot of are the relic shards and relic fragments for every level, plus the level tokens where you can buy gear and accessories for those specific levels. I just go through and farm them while I'm making up my levels, so that the next time I'm building a new character, I will be able to make it easier for that character because I have all this extra stuff, and that includes things like the battle solutions, and you also get a lot of metamorphic emblems when you're leveling up, which I think I'll talk about that next. Right now in my inventory, I intentionally pulled a few things, and there was a few things I forgot to pull. Now I'm thinking about it. All right, Metamorphic Emblems. Again, when you're leveling up and you're doing all those quests, I think even the side quests give you Metamorphic Emblems. You know, I'm gathering those up. When you go into your Metamorphic Emblems, there we go. You have some things like semi-enigmatic scrolls. And then you have certain things like News tiers. And then you have certain things like age News tiers. If you're going through and farming metamorphic emblems anyway, well, there's some opportunities to use them to purchase items from there that you can sell in the trade broker. Okay, because semi-enigmatic scroll, NO tier, age NO tier. You can see these each say no sale value. That means you cannot take it to an NPC merchant and sell them, but you can still put them in the trade broker and sell them. And some of these go for pretty good prices. I think the age News tiers usually run around 18,000 gold or so. So if you have enough metamorphic emblems, you buy one of these, you drop it in the trade broker for about 18,000. Hey, there's 18,000 gold you just made. Okay, now you can see most of these things in here say cannot trade. So if it says cannot trade, don't worry about it. You're not going to make any money doing that because you can't sell it. But again, I got items like the semi-enigmatic scroll, the News tier, age News tier, which I can sell through the trade broker, even though I can't sell to an NPC merchant. Now, field stones. Oh, field stones. Here you go. Some of these are used for etchings. These are other items that you might want to buy from your metamorphic emblems to sell through the trade broker. You know, you got the emblems for free. You were just doing quests and stuff, and they kept handing them over to you. So you do some of the events, whatever, you get metamorphic emblems. When you go up some of your levels or whatever, you automatically get some of those, like on your life levels and your hunting levels and all that. Sometimes the rewards will sometimes include like a metamorphic emblems and things like that. So you can farm metamorphic emblems and use them to buy things you can sell through the trade broker. Okay, I'm going to go to my bank because I actually meant to pull out some Dawnstorm tokens. Okay, so we're talking about farming metamorphic emblems by either leveling up or leveling up your hunting or your life levels. And I do have videos out there for hunting level experience, life level experience, and adventure level experience. So if you want to know anything about those, you can go ahead and check those out. I think I'm looking for Dawnstorm. There we go. Oops, I didn't realize it was going to take up that much inventory space. Okay, now, you get the Dawnstorm tokens from hunting the higher level monsters on the Island of Dawn. Now, when you do them, you're already going to get some gold from the Vanguard request. And I'll tell you right now, the highest level monsters on the Island of Dawn are the Onyx Hydraths, the Brutal Iron Giants, and the Brutal Naga Battle Masters. And you'll see each of them gives you 300 gold after you kill 10 of them. And you can do these ones over and over. And they're not like the ones I was talking about earlier where you can only do them once a day. No, you can keep doing these over and over until you've maxed out your Vanguard request for the day. In my case, it's always 16 that I can do. So you can do that math, 300 by 16, whatever that happens to be, that you can do for each character. And again, if you have multiple characters, you can keep on going after that 16. Just start over because the Vanguard requests are by character. Again, if you run out of your Vanguard request for the day on this character, if you have another character, you can go to that character, and they have so far done no Vanguard requests for the day. They can go ahead and do 16 themselves. So then you can go ahead and do 32 altogether if you only have 2 characters. So we were talking about that. But here you end up getting a brilliant enchanting chest, you know, and some Dawnstorm tokens. That's what we're talking about here. So you can farm the Dawnstorm tokens. Now the Dawnstorm tokens, of course, if you're farming those, your first priority, as far as I am concerned, my opinion, you know, I never tell people what to do. I tell you how I do it, what I think's best. Go for these glyphs. Get as many Dawnstorm tokens as you can. She's a ninja. She should already have all of her glyphs. You do have to scroll through all the different classes till you eventually get. I probably already missed her. Ninjas, okay. Okay, so if you're playing your brawler, you'll be looking at those glyphs. Now, ninja, these are all the glyphs that you can get from the Dawnstorm tokens for your ninja. Now, of course, I have already given her all of them that she can get from Dawnstorm tokens. You can see that they're all red. And they're red because she already has them. Now we get to the Valkyrie. So that was all the ninja ones. They're all grouped together like that. So I always recommend take care of your high-level glyphs first. If you got certain glyphs you don't yet have, go ahead and buy those. But then once you're just out there farming for item XP or whatever, you're going to get the Dawnstorm tokens anyway. So use them to buy some etchings and sell the etchings in the trade broker. Under other, let's see what we got. Those can't trade. Under other, again, we get into some of the etching materials like Titan's Fire, Titan's Peace. Those you can buy from your Dawnstorm tokens. And you can see I have right now, over 7,000 Dawnstorm tokens. And I can buy a Titan's Peace for only 30 tokens each. I can buy a whole bunch of Titan's Peace and then go sell them in the trade broker, you know. And again, etchings, 90 a piece. I can go sell some of those 70 a piece, 80 a piece. I can go sell some of those to the trade broker. You just have to look at the trade broker for whatever it is that you're trying to sell and try to get an idea of what they're selling for. But right now, we talked about simply farming Metamorphic Emblems to buy items out of the emblems to sell through the trade broker. And now we've also talked about farming events, in this case, Vanguard requests, to get not only the gold from the requests themselves, but also to farm the tokens that you get from doing them, and then buying items out of the tokens to sell through the trade broker. Okay, so there's a few different avenues there where you're sort of double dipping. You're getting gold from doing the Vanguard requests themselves. You're also getting tokens while you're doing the Vanguard requests, and then you can use those tokens to buy items for free out of the tokens that you can put in the trade broker and sell for even more gold. Okay, so some of these things you sort of double dip a little bit. Metamorphic Emblems, you're doing certain quests out there, you're making gold on the quest, then you use the Metamorphic Emblems to buy items from inside of there to sell in the trade broker for gold. You're doing Vanguard requests, you're getting gold from the Vanguard itself, but then you're also collecting Dawnstorm tokens, and then you're buying items out of the Dawnstorm tokens to sell through the trade broker for more gold. Alright, so just a few ways of making some money so far. Oh, okay. These gold tickets, oh man, I don't think this is the right time of day. There are only certain hours of the day. Let's go over there anyway. I believe merchants sell a teleport scroll. Oops, my bad. Oh, while I'm here, I haven't even gotten any fishing and stuff yet. My goodness. Okay. One of the other ways that a lot of people talk about, I'll see people, man, what happened? I meant to, but I hate having the chat open because I don't know. I don't even know what they're saying down there. Now, a lot of people talk about fishing. Now, I already talked about when you catch your first 10 fish every day, you'll get the Vanguard reward, you'll get the extra 100 gold. And if you have multiple characters like me, you can actually just catch 10 fish on this character, because you can only do that once a day per character. Catch 10 fish, get your rewards here, go to your next character, catch 10 more fish with that character, get your rewards again, go to the next, and again, even if you only have 2 characters, at least you get 200 gold as opposed to 100 gold. Plus the angler tokens, you'll end up with 60 extra as opposed to only 30 extra. And of course, you're going to get the angler tokens every time you pull on a fish anyway, depending on the level of fish, you get a different amount. Once you've done your fishing, and this is covered in my fishing video, so I'll go over it briefly here. If you want more details, you can go to the fishing video. We have a fishmonger. Every fishing hole has these people. The angler token vendor, the fishing supplies. She deals with gold. She can buy little things from gold for her. And you have a fishmonger and a resource manager. The fishmonger will buy fish. So let's go into him. This is why you went fishing, to sell some of your fish. Now, if you catch a bass or a big butt fish, B-A-F, they're sort of golden looking. I got a bunch of golden sailfishes. I did all my fishing here in this one. It doesn't matter which bass you have. The fishmongers always buy bass every day, no matter which bass you have. They'll buy those. But then every day there's only certain other fish they'll buy. Like they do happen to be buying marlins today. Clownfish, they're buying those today. Black, and you can see the prices down there. Depending on the level of fish, you're going to get 90 for the blackfin, you're going to get 70 for the clownfish. Now the bass, you're always going to get 500 each. So if you can catch a lot of bass and sell them, that's going to be your biggest money. But regardless of what kind of fish you have, you do want to look at, say you have a bunch of blackfin clownfish, and then you have a regular clownfish. The blackfin is worth 90 gold each. The clownfish is worth 70 gold each. And you see down at the bottom, numbers delivered daily, 30 out of 30. I haven't sold any yet. I'm still allowed to sell 30. You can only sell 30 per day. And that is per account. So no matter how many characters you have, you're only going to do this once per account. Okay? I need to pause the video. Okay, I'm back now. Sorry, I had a minor interruption, but I'm done with that. Okay, the clownfish, 70 gold. The blackfin, 90 gold. Because you're limited to the number you can sell to the fishmongers per day, you want to sell your highest value fish first, so you get your most money. And again, that's all covered in my special fishing video, which also covers all of the fishing quests you can do to get the cooking recipes that you're going to need if you plan on doing cooking. And I'll get to that in a minute, because that's another way to make money. Now, at the bottom it says delivery list. On Xbox, I'll hit the X. PlayStation will tell you what to hit. The delivery list tells you what types of fish they're buying each day. And again, all the bass, they buy those every day. So any fishing hole you go to, if you're catching bass, you're going to get 500 gold for each of those every day. You don't have to worry about if they're buying bass or not. They're always buying bass. And you see the clownfish, it's a grade 1 fish. Blackfin is grade 2. Crucian's a grade 2. Grade 4. Grade 5. So they buy one type of fish per grade each day. And it either changes every day or 2, maybe 3. I don't know. But depending on what level rod you have and what levels of fish you can catch, you can always go into the delivery list, because every fishmonger is going to buy the same fish, no matter which fishing hole you go to. You can go into your delivery list and see, okay, I can catch, let's say, grade 3 fish with my particular pole. All right, well, what they're buying for grade 3 today is crucian carp. So you can see on the right, it says crucian carp. It says a grade 3 fish. And you see the source is the Vexetta Swamp Fishery, the Lake of Tears Fishery, or the Selson Lake Fishery. So you know today, if you're wanting to catch fish to sell, you want to go to one of those fisheries to do your fishing. So you're catching the right kind of fish that they're going to buy today. Okay, so that's how you help maximize. You don't just want to go randomly hit a fishing hole and it turns out they're not buying anything from that fishing hole today. You want to go to the one that has the highest grade of fish that you can catch with your fishing pole, and look at this list, and it will tell you exactly which fish. Grade 4 is tang fish. If you can catch grade 4s with your fishing pole, then you're going to want to go to Vexetta Swamp or Selson Lake today to do all your fishing. And then you can sell all those grade 4 fish that you catch. Okay, and again, if it's a bass, they buy those every day. Now, one little tip, if you have multiple characters like I do, remember, the grade of fish you catch is not based on your character. It's based on your fishing pole and the type of bait you're using. So, like I did with mine, I happen to have a grade 5 ash sapling rod, which gives you an extra chance for bass. And then I have a level 6 Zer metal rod, which gives you an extra chance for high-level fish, high-grade fish. I wanted to focus on bass, so I actually used my level 5 ash sapling rod for my first character. And then when she was done fishing her 10 fish, so that she got all of her bonuses for the Vanguard, she dropped that rod into the bank. I went to my next character. That character pulled that same rod out of the bank, caught 10 fish, put it back in the bank, so you can actually share that same rod. Say you got a level 7 or even a level 8 rod. All your characters can use the same rod. Just drop it in the bank. Next character picks it up. And that way you can go through and still be catching high-grade fish or catching more bass with each of your characters, because it goes by the type of rod you had. And you can drop the rod in the bank and your other character can pick it up each time. And then you can maximize that whole thing like I showed you on the Vanguard, where each of them only catches 10 fish and they get the extra 100 gold plus the extra 30 angler fish token things and all of that. Okay, so that's how that part works with the fishing for me. Now, one thing I want to, let me just go to the top. Whoops. Okay, this one goes over. Okay. It doesn't say it in this menu. So let me go here to my regular menu with my little fishies. Golden sailfish, 16 hours. Some of these I fished yesterday. Okay, some of these I fished this morning. And you can see I have 1 day, 15 hours left. Whenever you catch a fish, there's a timer on it. You see it says time remaining when you go into your regular inventory. Whenever you catch it, it's going to tell you you have 48 hours from the moment you catch it. So if you do not sell it or dismantle it, the dismantling I cover in my fishing video to make the fish fillets for your cooking and everything else. If you don't do something with it within that 48 hours, it will simply disappear from your inventory and be gone. You will have wasted it. So be sure you do something in the first 48 hours. Now, say again, I have some Google sharks here. He's not buying Google sharks today. But this one, okay, some of these that I caught this morning, the Google sharks, I'm like, okay, he's not buying those today. But maybe he will be tomorrow. I can wait till tomorrow after reset in the morning and see what the Fishmongers are buying tomorrow. And if they happen to be buying Google sharks tomorrow, then I can go ahead and sell it. And the next day even, as long as it's less than that 48 hours, I might check again and be like, oh, are they buying Google sharks today? And if they're not, and my 48 hours is going to run out before the next reset, I need to do something. Either dismantle it and get the fish fillets out of it, or sell it to an NPC merchant, which I will show you. So back to what I was doing. Association Fishmonger. Now, my highest value fish are always my bass. So I'm going to sell those first. I'm just going down selling it. And you can see the counter at the bottom. Number delivered daily. Now I'm down to 25 out of 30. 24. That's how many left that I can still sell. That number is deceptive, because you would think the way that normally works on any other thing in the world other than Tera, number delivered, you think you've already sold 20. But no, that's how many you can still sell at the moment out of 30. All right, now, Marlin only sells for 150. I'm not going to sell that one just yet, because I'm selling all of my highest value fish first. He's giving me 500 for every bath, so I'm selling every bath first. There's another Marlin. I don't want to sell that one before I sell a golden sailfish, because the Marlin's not worth as much money. I'm getting the maximum gold I can for the highest value fish I have. Okay, now, number delivered daily, 0 out of 30. That means I cannot sell him any more fish today. But we saw earlier, some of these are worth more than the others. Now it's not showing me because I can't sell any. But whichever ones are the highest value, you're going to look at while you're still selling, and sell the highest value first till you get all 30 done. All right, now that I have done that, I can't sell him anymore. Another part of fishing where people make money is by creating fish crates. I cover the fish crates in my fishing video if you need to know details about how to do the fishing crates. Now, if you want to sell fish crates, you have to go to the Federation Resource Manager. Now, right now, I have fish crates 2. You can go all the way up to fish crate 5. The higher level fish crates you create, the more money you make. Now, to get the fish crate designs, you have to use angler tokens and buy them from the angler token vendor. Right now, I'm saving all my angler tokens that I can for upgrading my 2 rods. I still want to get both of them up to level 8. So I'm not going to buy the level 5 fish crate design yet because I don't want to use my angler tokens. But I'm selling fish crate level 2 because I do have that design already. Now you can see at the bottom, number delivered daily. You can sell 4 out of 4. Oh, I see. Okay. Now you see it tells you right in the description there that the Fishmongers will buy it for 960 gold. And if you see the sale value down at the bottom, 320, you can take them to an NPC merchant and get 320 gold for each one. But right now we want to sell the first 4 because you can only sell 4 per day to the resource manager. And he's going to give me, you can see the price there is a grand total of 3,840 because it's 960 times 4 because I have 4 available to sell. I'm going to sell. There's another 3,840 I made today by creating 4 fish crate level 2s. Again, if I had fish crate level 5s, I'll make even more. But hey, 3,840 every day just for those, I'll take it. You know, a little extra. A little bit extra change. All right, now, we do have the fishing supplies person where you can buy certain fishing things for gold. And you see she has up at the top, you can buy or sell. I can sell her items for gold. But I'm not going to sell to her just because she's one of the... But if you are at a fishing hole, you probably won't be near a regular NPC merchant other than her. That's why I'm actually here at this one fishing hole at Cutthroat Harbor, because that way I'm also close to a trade broker and a merchant and my bank. Most of the other fishing holes, they're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and you have to travel back and forth to get to all those other kind of characters. Now, you see, Angler Token Vendor, I'd mentioned this earlier, you can only buy from him. You can't sell anything to him because he doesn't deal in gold. He only deals in Angler tokens. There are a few other kind of NPC merchants like that where I think the Vanguard... crystal merchants and stuff, I don't think you can sell to them either. You know, so if they deal in special types of purchasing items, you know, other than gold, you're not going to be able to sell them. So let's go to a regular NPC merchant. She has nothing to do with fishing, just a plain old merchant out there, just like we would normally go to for other stuff. You have buy up at the top, which it normally defaults to, so you can buy all these kind of things from her, or you can hit your right trigger on Xbox, whatever PlayStation is, so you can figure it out. So it goes to sell. Now I'm going to go to my fish. She'll buy my fish. I've already sold all the fish I can sell to my fishmongers. I've created all the crates I can for today and sold them to the resource managers. But if you want to go ahead and sell some more of your fish because you have extras, you know, you went all that, did, like me, I went ahead and got 30 bass because I wanted to show you all that money I would get if I went ahead and fished enough for 30 bass. Now the rest of these fish I can either break down into fish fillets, which I already have plenty of those in my bank, so I'm not worried about that, or I can sell. This video is about making gold, so I'm going to go ahead and sell all the rest of my fish to her because she'll buy all the fish I have. Not for as much gold as I can get from the fishmonger, but the fishmonger has a limit of 30 fish per day. You can see I was getting 16, now I'm getting 12, now I'm getting 14, now I'm getting 4, now I'm getting 6. Okay, so she bought all my fish that I had extra that I had not yet, you know, that I couldn't sell to the fishmonger because I'd already sold them all those bass. Alright, so that's another way when you're fishing to make some extra gold. If you've already done everything you can with the fishmonger and you sold all 30, you have already broken down the fish fillets, created some fish crates, and sold 4 fish crates to the resource manager. You can still go to any NPC merchant in the game and sell all of your extra fish that you don't need to break down or do whatever. You just get less money for it that way than you did from the fishmonger. But from the fishmonger, you've already sold your highest grade fish for the highest amount of gold that they're paying. So you've maximized the amount of gold you're going to get anyway. Whew. All right, that was a lot. Okay. What do I want to do next? Oh, we did farming Metamorphic Emblems. We did farming tokens from different Vanguard requests and other events that you may be doing. We did farming multiplayer dungeons, thanks to my friend Jessica Meyer there, because I don't do multiplayer dungeons, but she said that's a good way she makes money, and we saw it in the Vanguard thing, the money you can make. I think the next thing I actually want to do, I was going to check this merchant, because I think, wrong button, I actually want to buy. Okay, I might have to go to a specialty merchant. I don't know if we have any over here because I don't normally go to specialty merchants. There's a specialty store right there. See what kind of scrolls. There we go. Go to a specialty store, not a regular merchant, a specialty store. You can get a Bamarama teleport scroll. Go ahead and buy that. And it will take you directly to the Bamarama. Now, you don't have to buy a scroll. You can take a Pegasus, or if you have Elite, you can do the fast travel thing. But I did show you that there's a scroll that will take you straight to Bamarama. Now, in case you don't want to buy a scroll, you can either fast travel if you have Elite, and if you don't have Elite, you can take a Pegasus to Chebika. I'm going to show you how to get there by doing it this way. And unfortunately, I think I'm filming at the wrong time, because I think they don't actually start till later in the evening. There's only certain hours of the day. I don't do Bamarama that much. There's only certain hours of the day that it's running. I'm going to zoom out a little just so you can see better. Matter of fact, I'm going to zoom out all the way. Alright, I'm in Chebika. You look at the map at the upper right. You can see I'm heading into freeholds. That's just an area. We're actually going to be very close to one of the Vista sites. I have a video out there for the special A-Run Vistas. And if you go to all three of those Vistas, you actually get a permanent boost to the damage that you do. It's a small boost. I think it's like 0.1% or something. But it still helps. So if you want to look for that video, that's out there too, the A-Run Vistas. Now, this is the Rootstock Festival Fairgrounds. I can't wait for Rootstock. It either happens in October or November every year. I love that event. I've only been doing these videos for a couple of months. I'm still really new to trying to do these videos. So there's a bunch of events, like the Summer Beach Festival, I think it's the Festival of the Sun. The Rootstock Festival is another one that I really, really love. I'm looking forward to doing all those videos, but I have to wait until the right time of year to do them. Okay, that's just some farm owner there. I think he tells you a little bit about the blah, blah, blah. There it is. Thrilling matches between 5 and 10 p.m. All right, so I don't know what... Oh, that's Pacific. I think I'm 3 hours. So it won't start till like 8 for me. Right now it's 5:43. So they're not actually going to start for over 2 hours. I may do an extra little clip and attach it to this thing later this evening. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still going to want to feel like filming by then. But I can show you this is the Bamarama ring. So if you've ever seen a message flash across the top of your screen that says Bamarama is about to begin or something like that, this is where you want to go if you want to gamble, because all it is a gamble. Now, when you do get here to Bamarama, you have a banker and you have a trade broker, and you actually have several. You can see there's some up there, there's some on the other side of the ring. Just in case the place gets really crowded, everyone has a chance to hit the bank and hit the trade broker, because a few minutes before Bamarama begins, maybe 5-10 minutes, I'm not sure, there will be another merchant that appears right about here. That other merchant actually sells gold tickets. You buy gold tickets from her, and then they'll have a lineup for which two BAMs are going to be fighting each other next. And what you do is you place bets using the gold tickets against which BAM you think is going to win. And if you win, you get all your gold tickets back. Plus, if other people are betting and they have lost, you get some certain percentage on top of that. So if you're there by yourself, you're not going to make anything even if you win. You're just going to get your gold tickets back. Been there, done that. Yeah, trust me. It has to do with how many other people are there betting and how many of them win versus loses. And in the pool, you get a certain percentage of the extra from the losers, if there is extra from the losers, and you'll get that much back in gold tickets. And then, you know, how many gold tickets you have, like it says, you can sell them for 1 gold each. So, you know, if you can make a bunch of bets, and say you've got 331 gold tickets, you make several bets and you get some wins, and you get 1,000 gold tickets, well, you can sell them for 1,000 gold pieces. Some people swear about betting on this. I've tried gambling a few times. I usually lose, so I don't do it. But I'm assuming if you actually spend a whole lot of time and effort on it and saw kind of like which BAMs normally beat which other BAMs and all that, then you could probably make some money. Some people say they make good money gambling here at the Bamarama. I don't know, but it is gambling. So again, that's not a guarantee like selling your stuff. That's just gambling. All right. So again, I can't wait until Rootstock Festival time because I want to do that video. It's getting excited to come over here. Yay! Okay. So that's my little ninja. So far we've sold a bunch of stuff. Let me stand near the banker and the trade broker. I've already covered all the fishing stuff, so I'm not worried about that. And so far we've talked about drops you get from events, like the current daily login event that's going on, selling those to the trade broker. We've talked some about gathering and crafting, definitely enchanting. I showed the items I enchanted up. Remember, if you're going to enchant gear and weapons, take into account how much you're going to have to pay to buy a liberation scroll for it. We talked about doing dungeons, certain drops that you can sell through the trade broker if you don't need to keep those drops. We went through all the fishing, Fishmonger, the whatever the other guys that you sell the crates to. We talked about doing quests, getting gold from that, and while you're doing the quest, farming things like Metamorphic Emblems, and then you can take those emblems, buy items out of those for free, just using the emblems themselves, then selling those items to the trade broker. So you're kind of double dipping when you're doing some of those. Same thing with the Vanguard request, where you're doing a Vanguard request, you're getting however many 100 gold each time you do it, plus you're getting the special drops from the monsters that you're killing and from the Vanguard rewards, so you can take those drops, sell those to the trade broker. It starts to add up. That's where we are at the moment. And I've definitely talked about some of the advantages of having multiple characters on the same gamertag. Even if you only have 2. You're still going to double up on whatever gold you can get through Vanguards and whatever else. And certain events, like the Summer Beach event and stuff, each of my characters has a special red bikini because all of them farmed every single day for all these things that you can get during the Summer Beach event, and that was per character. So I could actually take 22 characters. Now, I think I mostly did my top 13 because after that I started getting tired. It took a couple hours, a few hours or so to run all 13 through all of the daily things for like the beach event. But then there's certain things from the beach event you can get, you know, that you can sell or whatever. Certain other events too. Rootstock Festival, Lambogogi is a big one because this is where you actually make your Lambogogi once a year. And because I have so many characters, I actually ran each of my characters every day. I think you get 4 or 5 pieces of lamb meat every day per character. So I was running like all my characters through and getting all kind of lamb. What was that, like 100 and something lamb a day? I ended up making over 1,800 Lambogogis on this one account by running a whole bunch of my characters there. I don't think I ran all 22 of them. I can't remember. But I do remember by the time I was done, I had made over 1,800 Lambogogis during Rootstock last year, which I still have a whole lot of those Lamborghinis. I haven't even used them all yet. So if I wanted to sell some of those extras in the trade broker, I could. But I kind of hoard my Lamborghinis. I like them because they're one of my favorite food buffs. They give you like a big crit boost. So I kind of like those. But again, that's just an example of one of the events where you can end up crafting a whole lot of stuff if you have multiple characters, much more than you could if you only had one character. So, again, there are bonuses, benefits to having more than one character. Even if you just have two, you would double up on how much. 3, you're going to triple the amount. 4, it goes on and on. And again, the most you can have on one account is 22. This account, I have 22 characters, and I sometimes run all of them through things. Like, again, the fishing thing every day. We've covered all that. So, big bet. You make a heck of a lot more money with extra characters. And again, even if you just use the 2 free slots that you have, okay, you're going to double whatever money you're making on certain items. That was the wrong button. Come on. There we go. And actually, the accumulated login of that, I was going to look for something specific here, and now I forgot what the specific thing was I was going to look for. And you see you get 3 all news tiers on one of them days. You can sell those if you don't need them. Again, Traveler's Insurance, 5 of them on this one. Those things drop like crazy. Okay, whatever it was I came in here to look for, I don't think is available during this particular event because I don't remember what. Was the lamb? Okay, those are fish steaks right there. Food buffs that you get for free, 10 of those. I thought I saw a lamb. Oh, I was on the Lamborghini. There we go. Again, you get 5 of these from here. They actually sell pretty well in the trade broker. You only get 10 silver if you sell them to an NPC vendor. So don't sell them to an NPC vendor. You will get more selling it through a trade broker. And with anything that you can sell through the trade broker or to an NPC vendor, 99% of the time, you're going to get more money selling it through the trade broker. So don't sell any of your stuff to the NPC vendor unless you actually check and you see that you're going to get more from the NPC vendor. I don't think I have seen anything like that. But I do want to see what bulgogis are going for right now. Because again, that's a food buff you can craft yourself. They're 790 gold each. 800 gold each. So, you can sell those. You can see the sale value. It's only 10 silver if you go to an NPC vendor. Don't go to an NPC vendor. Even if you list them here for 500 gold each to make really quick sales because you're undercutting everyone else, sell through the trade broker. And again, I don't think I really showed the crafting menu. All right, let's talk about crafting a little bit because we didn't really get into the crafting menu. Another benefit of having multiple characters. I have 5 characters on my account, each of which is a crafting master in a different craft. So no matter what I want to craft, if I want to make some profit or if I need to craft something for myself or whatever, I can craft it. Because I have 5 masters each in a different craft. And I actually have some other masters, but I have 5 that I've had for a long time because I just wanted to have a master in every craft. If I recall correctly, when the game first started, I think there were only 4 crafts, so I had 4 masters. And then when they totally revamped the crafting system and they added cooking, then I think I had to create a cooking master. Now my ninja here, I don't think is a master in anything. She's an artisan in etching. Okay, but I do have a master for smelting, for processing, for alchemy, for etchings, and for cooking. So anything I need to craft, I can craft all the way to the mastered level. Now smelting, we're looking at golden derricks, golden plates. Processing, silver siglo, silver plates. I forget which it is, but the trade broker prices can go up and down, depending on supply and demand. If there's a Stormcry enchanting event, I forget if it uses silver stuff or if it uses, I think silver. Or it might be gold, whichever. You want to be able to enchant some of these things, or craft some of these things, because people are going to be buying them from the trade broker during that Stormcry enchanting event for even more money than usual and an even higher volume. So Stormcry enchanting events coming up, whichever one it ends up being, I forget, gold or silver. If you have a master in that, you'll be able to do like golden plates. I don't know if we need golden plates for that. think those might be fractions. I forget what level has what enchanting materials. But those are kind of things to look at. You might be enchanting some of these materials, or excuse me, crafting some of these materials to sell through a trade broker for people who are enchanting their gear and their weapons. Alright, and in smelting, then you get ingots. You get some of those. Fish crates is under smelting. I covered that in my fishing video. Once you learn the recipes for making fish crates, they're actually under smelting. They're not under cooking. Those are only at certain times of the year. I did a video for one of the fishing tournaments. I think it was winter fishing. It was just recent. Might have been the fall one. I can't remember. But I do have one out there but that's only during a certain time. Processing. Again, silver plates. You can craft things to help people enchant. Silexes. These are used for different things. So what you want to do is look through angler's whiskers. A lot of people want to buy those. You can craft those up. And then bait. Some people might want bait 2, bait 3, bait 4. Although to be honest, rainbow bait drops so frequently. I always have a supply of that for free from all the different events and stuff. I'm not sure how many people are buying bait 2s, 3s, but you know, you might try it. But the big thing with any of the crafting, jewels is a big one, because a lot of people need these for enchanting different, especially when you get to emeralds and diamonds. Now, like, I have done the math on this before, and say even just starting from emerald, I could actually start from ruby, go to sapphire, go to emerald, go to diamond. But you can see an emerald, if you sell it to an NPC merchant, you can sell emeralds for 1,000 gold each. So if you sell 10 of them, you're going to get 10,000 gold from an NPC merchant. You're going to get more if you go to the trade broker. The diamond, you can sell to an NPC merchant for 10,000 gold. So if you craft 10 emeralds, 10 emeralds into a diamond. Well, the 10 emeralds you could have sold for 10,000 individually, 1,000 each. Now you'll be able to sell this diamond that you just crafted for 10,000 gold. However, to do that, you're going to need 1,000 craft kits, which is going to cost you 1,070 gold. So, along with the original 10,000 for the 10 emeralds, now you spend an extra 1,070, so 11,070. So if you try to sell that diamond to an NPC merchant, you're actually going to lose money compared to what you would have made from the emeralds, selling the 10 of them individually. However, if you go to the trade broker, you actually saw me sell a whole bunch of diamonds that I had actually gotten for free from some of the recent events. I didn't even craft those myself. They just came in from events since the last time I've sold diamonds. I sold them quick and easy to the trade broker for 12,000 each. So if you did take your 10 emeralds, craft them, make your diamond, sell them for 12,000, but you gave up a total of 11,070. Well, now you made an extra, what the heck is that? 9,930, something like that. So you get a little extra that way, maybe. But then if you look at what you're going to get from each individual emerald selling it to the trade broker, because those go for more than 1,000 to the trade broker, I think around 1,350, it may not even be worth your time to craft the 10 emeralds into a diamond. You might be better off selling the emeralds individually and getting your money that way. Those are the kind of things you got to look at when it comes to things like crafting. Okay? If I get these materials, you already got the emeralds and the rubies and the sapphires and whatever for free. From things like maybe your elite chests that you open every day. Things from these events where they're dropping diamonds like I showed you. There's other events. I hunt world BAMs, so I get a whole lot of emeralds from those. You get some of those enchanting chests. If you're a multiplayer dungeon person, those enchanting chest forge, you're going to get a whole lot of emeralds opening those things up. So assuming you have your gemstones for free already, you're not going and trying to buy them, you still got to pay for the craft kits if you want to enchant them. And like I said, if you want to make emeralds into diamonds, one diamond is going to cost you 1,000 craft kits or 1,070 gold. Now, if you want to start with sapphires, You're going to have to turn those into emeralds, turn those into diamonds, and that's going to cost you, where'd it go? 2,140 gold total by the time you get up to the diamond from a sapphire. And if you have rubies that you turn into sapphires, that you turn into emeralds, that you turn into one diamond, that's going to cost you a grand total of 3,210 gold to make that diamond. And I have done the math before, and I have it right here. If you look at rubies, you can create your own ruby out of nothing. You need 110 craft kits to make one, though. So that runs into quite a bit of money. That's like over 117 gold just for that. So by the time you make 100 rubies out of that, so you can make, 50 sapphires, and to make into 10 emeralds, to make into one diamond, you're going to end up spending something like 14,980 gold. You're going to lose money. So, you know, if you're doing like an emerald to a diamond, okay, you're going to about break even. You may even make a little bit, just depending on how the trade broker prices are going. But look at those things carefully whenever you're looking at any crafting items. Look at whether or not you already have the crafting item, you know, because certain things you're going to go out and just gather yourself from the wild, you know, so those items are free. But then look at how many craft kits it's going to take for each level, and how many of those items you're going to have to create to make that next level item, and figure out, do that reverse math, and figure out what it's going to cost you total to get to that end item that you want to make, and see if it's really going to be worth it. Because again, if you start with making rubies and purely out of craft kits, and then you go to the sapphire and the emeralds and you make that one diamond, it's going, like I said, it's going to cost you almost 15,000 gold just for the craft kits. You've lost money, because that diamond you can either sell to an NPC merchant for 10,000, and I think the trade broker had said the going rate average is 13,000 something. You had to spend a few thousand more. But if you start at the level of an emerald, you'll about break even, or maybe make a little. You know, sapphire, same thing, about break even, because, you know, sapphires, it's going to end up costing you 2,140 gold. You know, look at that anytime you're looking at crafting items, because some of them you can end up making some pretty good profit. Some of them, if you're not careful, like if you start creating your own ruby, then you create your sapphire, then you create your diamond, then you're going to lose a lot of money, because you're going to have to spend more on the craft kits than what you're going to make. Now, potions, you're probably not going to make a lot of money off those. Plus, some of these things drop so frequently. I don't even know how many thousands of prime battle solutions are sitting in my bank. You know, health potions, I think I have like a few thousand of those. These things drop like candy in the game, so I doubt many people are buying them. You know, prime battle solution. Well, at least it looks like prime battle solution you can actually sell to an NPC merchant for 3 gold each. So if you're out there doing a whole lot of gathering, and you happen to be catching a lot of these achromic essences, you only need one to make a prime battle solution. You might actually make some gold doing that by selling it to the NPC merchant. They're probably not paying much on the trade broker for it, because they can go to an NPC merchant and buy them, but you might make a little from that. You know. Additives, I'm not going to go into all of that. The dyes. Some of these apothecary dyes drop. I have probably a few dozen sitting in the bank, because they drop so often from events and stuff. You know, if you get them for free, you can go ahead and just sell them to the trade broker. And then again, if you're doing a lot of gathering and some of these items are dropping, you want to end up making your own, maybe make some, I don't know. I'm spending too much time in the crafting. But I do want to mention etchings, because I hear a lot of people say that they actually make really good gold in the game by doing etchings. And you can see here the types of items. And Titan's Fire, I mentioned those earlier. Crimson Silexes, those are things. Crimson Silex, Azure Silex, you can go and gather the Crimson Essence and the Azure Essence and the Earth Essence for the Earth Silex. And then you craft those into Silexes, the essences that you gathered. And then if you picked up some Titan's Fires while you've been out gathering, Or I get to those sometimes when I'm hunting world bands and stuff. Once in a while, those kind of things will drop. You know, you might make some etchings and sell some of those. You know, go to higher level etchings. But again, do the kind of math I was talking about earlier when I was talking about the diamonds, to be sure that what you are spending to make them, you're still going to make a profit by the time you sell them. Field stones, you can probably sell some of those because people need them if they're making etchings. But again, I hear a lot of people say they make a lot of gold by doing etchings. And again, that's one of those benefits of multiple characters. I highly recommend that everyone have at least 5 characters. The main reason being so that you can have 5 characters, each of whom is a master in a different skill, so that you can craft anything that you need to craft up to the master level. You know, and all yours don't have to be, you know, high item levels and shiny gold titles and whatever. You can just have one character you play all the time, and then 4 other characters who you just get up to level 65, and while you're doing it, you're farming Metamorphic Emblems, you're farming the gold from the Vanguard requests, you're farming the gold from the actual red line quests that you're doing, and, you know, you're getting all the gold and stuff from them anyway, getting level 65. And then once you get them level 65, go ahead and, you know, go see the guy in High Watch, get your frost metal gear and your daylight accessories, put all that stuff on, and don't ever worry about upgrading each of those 4 again if you don't want. Because you can just go ahead and get each of them into crafting, make each of them a master in a different craft, and then just use them for that. Just use them for gathering and crafting, you know. I highly recommend at least 5 characters. Just you can have a master in each craft, and you can, because like I said, I have masters in each craft. And that way you can craft anything you need to craft, and you can, you know, sell different kind of things depending on what happens to be selling really well in the trade broker at the time. Now, cooking, another craft that a lot of people swear by that they make money by making some of these different dishes. You know, you have the simple ones that these are all food buffs that you get. And the higher level ones give you better food buffs. You know, you're increasing crit factors and crit or power and endurance. And you also get a lot of these from drops from some of the events sometimes. Like these fish buffets. You know, these take quite a bit to make, but look at all those buffs on the right. You get all those buffs from eating one of these things. And then this one, you get all these buffs. This one. So people are willing to pay some money. They sell pretty well out in the trade broker usually. And like I said, I've heard some people swear by, they make most of their money, most of their living every day by doing battle dishes in the cooking section. And again, most of these recipes you only get by doing special fishing quests. And in my fishing video, I show every one of the fishing quests that gives a fishing recipe. And if you go to the description of the video, you can look at the time marks that I've written down there for the specific quest and the specific fishing recipe, or cooking recipe. If you don't want to watch the whole video, you're just looking for a particular recipe, or you're just missing 2 or 3, and you don't, you know. So you go check out the fishing video that I have out there if you want to know more about that stuff. And then you have fish salad. I love this stuff. I make these for myself. I rarely sell fish salads because I use them all the time. Because these reduce your manual fishing wait time by 20%. So if you're manually fishing, it's a shorter time until you hook something. But it also reduces the fishing difficulty by 30%. Without this fish salad that each of my characters ate before they went fishing yesterday and today, all those bass I caught, I would not have caught 30 bass yet, probably, because they're very difficult to catch. They're a lot easier to catch if you eat a fish salad first for that next 30 minutes. So, again, I highly recommend the use of this one. I cover this in my fishing video, but I want to say it again because I think it's very important. If you are out there making a living fishing, I strongly recommend that you focus on making yourself some fish salads. Eat one before you go fishing for each character. That buff only applies to the character, so make sure you're making plenty of fish salads. And you can see what it takes there: garlic roots, some dressing, and some fish fillets. Not that big a deal. Make yourself some fish salads. You will be able to, it'll be easier for you to catch more bass when you hook them. If you're one of those people, you keep losing the bass after you hook it, you can't reel it in, this will help. It reduces fishing difficulty by 30%. And that's all fish. You know, it's even the higher grade, lower grade, no matter what fish. When you're trying to pull it in, that little box that you got to keep that fish in is a little bit bigger if you have taken a fish salad. So I recommend using it. Now, it's not going to help you to hook more bass or anything like that, but once you do hook a bass, it's going to help you a little bit with reeling it in. It'll make it a little bit easier. I strongly recommend the fish salad for that. And I mention that because then you might be able to catch more bass and more high-grade fish if you currently have a tendency to let them get away while you're trying to reel them in, so that you can make more money when you go to sell them to the fishmongers. All right, then we got some drinks, and you got to make cooking ingredients for certain of the recipes up there. Okay, so that covers crafting, and again, I highly recommend you go ahead and make 5 characters, and make each of them a master in a different craft. And again, as you're leveling up those extra 4 characters, if you only have one at the moment, you're going to be farming all that gold from the quest. You're going to be farming that gold from the Vanguard request. You're going to be farming all those Metamorphic Emblems, which you can pull things out of to sell in the trade broker. So you're going to be making a lot of gold by creating those 4 characters anyway. Then each of your 5 characters total, make sure each of them is a master in each craft, a different craft, so that every craft you can go ahead and craft anything you want up to a master level. You know, because I can go in and craft anything I want. I got etchings. Sometimes I craft etchings. My Berserker has been my etching master since years ago, because etchings was actually one of the original anyway, and she was my first character. She's been, well, this is 4th anniversary, and I started playing when it first came to console, so she's been an etching master for like 4 years, you know. Done a lot of etchings with her. You know, so make a master for alchemy, for processing, for smelting, and that way, if you need to enchant gold dirks or gold plates, even for yourself, you know, or to sell in the trade broker, you can do it with your smelting master. If you need silver siglet, silver plates, you can do that with your processing master. You know, you can create some jewels with your alchemy master. Etchings, again, you know, do that. Cooking. Some people make a good living, from what I've been told by these people, just from cooking and from etchings, you know. So, plenty of options under crafting to make some money. And now I remember why I wanted to look at this again, because I was just wondering. Okay, I don't think we're getting at this event. But on some of the events that they have, a lot of times what will drop will be an extra character slot for free. And I mentioned the stuff that I sold in the trade broker today included at least 1 extra character slot, because I already have 22 characters on this gamer tag, and you can't go over 22 characters, so I don't need the extra character slot for this particular gamer tag. All right, I think we've covered pretty much everything for 1 character and 1 gamer tag, including multiple characters on the same gamer tag and all the benefits involved. So, what I would like to talk about now are the benefits of multiple gamer tags. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to one of my alternate gamer tags. And for the purposes of the video, I will probably go ahead and just skip ahead when I get to the part of the video, so you don't have to sit there and watch me changing gamer tags and all that. So, be right back with you in a moment. Okay, this is my first alternate gamer tag, and as you can see, I have what, 13 characters on this particular gamer tag. But the benefits you get from an extra gamer tag It would be just fine if you create just one character on there. And again, it can be a character that you simply get to level 65, slap the frost metal and daylight accessories on them, and then don't even do anything to upgrade them or anything. Just use them for things like crafting and gathering, and especially when we have events, farming events. Now you notice the brawler is the primary on all my gamer tags, my main. Because as a solo gamer, I personally believe that the brawler is the easiest and most fun to play. So go ahead and if you're a solo gamer like me, you always play by yourself, then I strongly recommend, if you don't have a brawler, try it. Create an extra character, try out a brawler. She's just great, because when she's fighting, she can stand in one spot, block, hit, block, hit, block, hit. Don't have to do all that running and jumping and dodging and whatever, you know, that you have to do with DPSs and healers and stuff. You know, now a Lancer can do the same thing. A Lancer's also a tank, but I've also made Lancers. I just didn't like the Lancers as much as the brawler. But I'd say give it a shot if you're a solo gamer. If you have an extra character slot, go ahead and make yourself a brawler. Try it out. I love them. Now she's wearing one of the red bikinis I was talking about, where I did all that farming during the summer beach festival thing, whatever it's called. And after, you know, a couple of weeks of going and doing the daily events, everyone got a free bikini. So actually, the top 13 of my characters on my main gamer tag also all had that bikini, but I have them wearing different outfits though. But on my alternate gamer tags, each of my brawlers is wearing the bikini that they got by doing that event. And that's an example. Now with these bikinis, I don't believe they were tradable. I had to just keep them for myself. But sometimes there will be events where you can farm every day and get extra items that may be tradable. In that case, on one gamer tag, it comes in handy having extra characters if they can each go and farm every day for those items. And if you have other gamer tags like I do, you can also go to those gamer tags and farm even more of them. And if they are tradable, you can like parcel post them from here to your main gamer tag, and they have all those extras, plus they have the extras from the extra characters on that gamer tag, and then you can go sell them all. Now, the one drawback when it comes to events of that nature is typically you're going to get some pretty good money for some of those, especially their costumes or something, for the first day or two. Until people figure out, oh, I can just do this event and get it for free. And until the trade broker suddenly becomes flooded with all of these items that everyone else is trying to sell from that event. And now the prices start dropping, and you know, you're not going to make much after that first day or two. But you can do that and hold them for a while till after the event is over, and maybe a month or two later, when they're no longer in the trade broker, then post them for sale at a decent price, make some extra money. Just one of those benefits, again, of having extra characters and extra gamer tags. Now, one of the things with the fishing, we'll go to the fishing first. We covered that, where if you have extra characters on your main gamer tag, you can do the daily Vanguard thing only once per character, but you can do it for every character and get the extra 100 gold for each one, plus the extra 30 angler tokens. When you sell to the fishmonger and the resource manager, that's per account. So even with 22 characters on that other gamer tag, I can only sell a grand total of 30 fish to the fishmonger each day. So even if I sell them 5 from one character, you know, 10 from another character, 15 from another character, I'm done. 30. 30's it for the account, because it's account specific. Now, of course, if you have another gamer tag, hello, you can go fishing on your other gamer tag and then sell those fish to the fishmongers. So I already sold fish to the fishmongers on my first gamer tag. Now I'm going to go up here to this fishmonger. Did a little bit of fishing today. And you can see at the bottom, the most I can sell is 30. Now, on my alternate gamer tags, I went ahead and just caught 30 fish. And then I caught some extras to make some fish fillets to create some fishing crates. So in this, you're going to have more of a variation. And like I was talking about before, your highest gold value fish you always want to sell first. So I'm going to sell my bass first because they always go for 500 gold each. I'm going to check. Oh, there goes another one, so I'm going to sell that one. Another one. So now I sold all the bass that I caught on this particular gamer tag, and I did the same thing on this gamer tag. I caught 10 fish with the first character, 10 fish with the next character, 10 fish with the next character, so I got the extra gold, plus the extra angler tokens. Oh man, I meant to show you this first. Inventory. Right now I'm up at 4,500 gold. I swear to you, she was at 0 gold before she started selling fish. I intentionally had her at 0 gold, just so you can see what she gets. But right now she's gotten 4,500 from the fish that she has sold so far. Okay, now black fin is going to go for 90. Squid is going to go for 110. Clownfish 70. Squid 110. Okay, and those are the only ones that he's buying today. And again, I showed you how to go into the delivery list to see what fishing holes you need to go to get what kind of fish. Now, right now, squid is the highest gold value, so I'm going to start selling squids. And this is a much better example than the previous one of how you have to go through, see which fish he's buying, look at which ones give you the highest gold value and sell those first. Okay, now I'm out of squids. Blackfin 90, clownfish 70, and that's all I have. So blackfins are worth more than clownfish, so I'm going to go and sell as many blackfin clownfish as I can first. Okay, and now clownfish is now I happen to have 30 fish exactly, so you know. So I'm going to sell my clownfish now. Now, if I still had 50 more fish, but they were some kind of like crayfish or something that would be worth even less gold, you know, then I would have not ended up selling those. I would have sold all those first. All right, so now I'm going to the resource manager. Now, on my alternate gamer tags, I haven't done much fishing at all. So I don't have a whole lot of the angler tokens yet. So right now I only have the Fish Crate 1 design. I haven't bothered to buy a higher level. But still, that's 600 gold each. So that's an extra 2,400 gold per gamer tag just for 4 fish crates each day. Okay, so right now I'm going to sell him these 4 for 2,400 gold. So just from fishing and from creating fish crates, so far she's gotten almost 9,000 gold. Now yesterday, afternoon and evening, I also went through and cleared out a bunch of her bank stuff. Put it up for sale. Wow, I'm surprised the Opal Silexes, I thought those would sell pretty quick. I may have them overpriced. I did try to undercut everyone else just because I wanted fast sales. But it is possible that the person in the trade broker who had the lowest price may already be overpriced. It could be all the regular price stuff normally costs less than what I'm selling them for. And it also could be because I'm selling them in blocks of 10. I could only put so many things in the bag at once. I tried selling them in blocks of 10. People may only be buying them one at a time. It just depends. But I put the Opal Silexes out there because I actually took one of my characters, my Valkyrie actually, and had her gather a bunch of Opal essences. And then I had her craft the Opal essences into Opal Silexes. Because people use the Opal Silexes for crafting angler's whiskers and probably some other stuff, but a lot of people like making the angler whiskers, so I was hoping they would sell. They didn't sell yet, but it's been not even 24 hours by the time I put those out there yesterday evening. My apothecary dyes, those have come from all kind of different drops for free in the game. Again, the Traveler's Insurance, I showed you how much those things drop in the game. But these things, I had some dragon fireworks that came from one of the events, put them out there. Struthio breast salads, those were actually left over from Rootstock Festival last year. I haven't used them, and I probably won't. They're not. And my XP boosts that I put out there that drop very frequently from a lot of events, Those didn't sell yet. But if I look at what I sold, fish fritters, I think I actually got most of those from drops from recent events, although you can craft your own. Lambogogies, I talked about those. I make a bunch of those every year during the Rootstock Festival. Went ahead and had her sell some of them because she also has, over, I think, over 1,000 event Lambogogies, which have come from other events. And she has so many Lambogogies on this whole gamer tag. Oh, look, I just sold a firework. You saw the message pop up there. I was just talking about how I didn't sell any of those yet, but I just sold a firework for my dragon. Again, diamonds have been dropping through a lot of events, so I threw them out there. These are things I actually sold. Strongbox keys, I got a lot of extra of those, but I don't normally use them. They're free. They came from drops since the last time I did that Strongbox key video 2 months ago. Some more diamonds. I had some moon gourd pies. I get tons of those things during the Santa event every December. So I have way more moon gourd pies than I will ever use. So I'm going to put some of them in the broker for sale. And they sold. Actually, let me go out real quick, go back in. Because I supposedly had sold at least one of my fireworks. There it is, Fireworks Dragon. I just now sold one of those while I was talking. You know, again, these have only been out there for maybe 24 hours in the bank, so some of the stuff's still waiting to be sold. So she's going to go ahead and collect what has been sold. All right, and there's more than I can take in at once. That was 132,000. Hit it again, another 147,000, and there goes another 113,000. So you can see down at the bottom, so far today, she has gotten 400,000 and some change just from the fishing and the fishing crates and items she sold through the trade broker that she has gotten free from drops and events, or that she has crafted during some of the festivals and stuff. Yeah, so again, this is not a typical day because some of these things have been cumulative over the past couple months or so where I've been getting all these free drops, but I haven't bothered to sell them yet. But you can see the cumulative kind of effect it would have if you received it that day and you went ahead and put it in the trade broker, and then a week later you got something else from this event, you know. So these are all free items. We haven't spent a penny. I didn't spend 1 Tera coin on anything. And I did go over the fact that she had done some gathering and she had crafted those Silexes, even though they haven't sold yet, but hopefully they will sell sometime within the next week. Because once you put something in the trade broker, it will sit out there for 1 week. If it does not sell within 1 week, then it'll come back to you in your parcel post. And you either keep it or destroy it or put it back in the trade broker again, maybe for a cheaper price, whatever you got to do. All right, so now that she has done that, I can go to my parcel post. I'm just going to grab this anniversary coin. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, we have an event going on where we're getting anniversary coins because Tera's console's 4th anniversary. Okay, the 4th anniversary coins. Okay, the gear material box gives you enchanting materials for Stormcrown gears. Now, you can't trade the box. My guess would be most of the enchanting materials you probably can't trade either, unless maybe it drops emeralds or something. I don't know exactly what it drops. So, and the same with the accessories. You can get enchanting materials for ethereal accessories. You're probably not going to be able to trade those because a lot of the enchanting materials are not tradable. Now you get into an equipment token. It says that you cannot trade the equipment token itself, but you can exchange it for a Stormcry weapon or for armor. I don't know when you pull that out if it's going to be one of those special event ones where you cannot trade it, or if it's one of those you can enchant it up a little bit and then liberate it. You're taking a gamble. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing if it's just going to be a Stormcry weapon or a Stormcry armor, you could probably pull it out, enchant it to, I think, level 6. I don't know. You'd have to look at it. It tells you right on the menu when you have a piece of Stormcry at what level you need to enchant it before you can liberate it. Somewhere around 6 or 7. So that might be something you could get from here if you get enough tokens. enchant it up a few grades, liberate it, and maybe put it in the trade broker. Now, what you can buy, spicy fish buffets for only 10 tokens each. Hot fish buffets. Again, the food buffs. I like the hot fish buffets because it increases your power. Spicy is crit. Salty is endurance. And then you get all those other benefits along with it. And we had looked at that before. You can sell those to the trade broker. They usually sell pretty well. These you cannot trade, but they may be worth buying because the Papori bait increases your chance for a high-grade fish by 80% and increases the chance of a bath by 30%. I get a lot of Papori baits and Popo baits from a lot of event drops. I use those, and I was using them when I was fishing yesterday and today to catch a lot more bass because they increase your chance of catching a bass. So you may actually want to, instead of buying like buffets and selling them to the trade broker, you may want to consider buying a bunch of Papori baits and Popo bait, which does exactly the same thing, except it increases your bath percentage by 25% as opposed to 30%. So the Popo bait's not quite as good as Papori, but the Popo bait will only cost you 4 tokens as opposed to 5 tokens. So you might actually want to consider just getting those for yourself. You can't sell them. You can't trade them. It says right there, cannot trade, no sale value. But you may want to use these baits so you catch more bass, more high-grade fish, to make more money each day when you're out there fishing. Okay, so you got 2 options for farming the 4th anniversary tokens. Either bait to help you increase the amount of money that you're going to get from your fishing each day, or buffets that you can sell directly through the trade broker, or maybe either a weapon, a Stormcry weapon, or a Stormcry piece of armor that you can enchant up high enough to liberate and then sell through the trade broker. Yeah, so again, I've talked about, farming Metamorphic Emblems. I've talked about farming certain event tokens like the Dawnstorm Tokens and stuff. And you can actually open them up and buy certain things with the tokens, not actually, using gold or Tera Coin or anything like that. You're using the tokens to buy them and then sell those items in the trade broker, or in this case, sell to the trade broker, or use the bait to get higher grade fish and more bass to increase the amount of money you're making each day from your fishing. So many options in Tera for making money and for increasing the amount of money you make. I mean, that's like I said, when that guy, David Agus, however you pronounce the name, asked me to do a video on gold, the first question in my mind was, oh my God, where do I even begin? Because there's so many ways to make money for free without spending real money. Because I did quickly cover that you can go into Tera Store and buy items with real money using Tera Coins and then sell those to the trade broker. But you can, but you don't have to. There are so many different ways to make money from farming tokens and from fishing and from gathering and selling the gathered materials, from crafting and selling the crafted materials, enchanting and then liberating the gear and selling it. You saw a few of those examples when I sold like 3 pieces, whatever level that gear was, for a big profit compared to what I had to pay for the liberation. Got like a few 100,000 extra gold for each. A lot of ways to make money in Tera. Now, hot fish buffet, just out of curiosity, I'm going to trade broker and search for buffets. Again, it'll do like partial word searches. So I'm just going to put buffet and see. Whoops. It might help if I spell it correctly with 2 F's. Okay. And this will show me all the different buffets. Hot fish buffet. Wow, that's the cheapest. I personally prefer the hot. But you can see if you get some of those for some of those anniversary tokens, right now they're listed for $1,700 each. I don't know if that's overpriced, and the ones at the regular price have already sold, but probably even at $1,700, if you wanted a quick, I would guess you could probably throw. But that's where, when you're dealing with the trade broker, you have to kind of watch the items you're looking at selling for a little while first. Give it at least a couple days or 3. Go out and keep checking it. Okay, what are they listed for right now? How long is it? Because if you see that $1,700 and it's been sitting out there for a week at $1,700, it probably hasn't sold, especially if you see a 1, 3, and a 2. Now, it could be every time you check. you see 1,700, 1,700, 1,700, 4 days straight. It could be that they sold 100 of them today, listed 100 more the next day for 1,700. Sold those. You know, you have to kind of watch the trade broker to get a feel for the prices. And unfortunately, the trade broker prices change from time to time. Right now, what's hot this month and making a lot of gold, next month people are like, I'm over it. Everyone who wanted one already bought it. They don't need it anymore. So now you're having to drop your prices, you know. And then again, when it comes to a Stormcry enchanting event, the siglos and whatever that you need to enchant during a Stormcry enchanting event, usually you can sell for more money than usual and in much higher volume because everyone's buying them. Well, not everyone. Some people are crafting their own. That's what I do. I normally craft my own from the lower level, the talents that you get, because I get tons of those talents and some of the other stuff from hunting world BAMs all the time, and get them from drops from certain chests and stuff, you know. But a lot of people just buy them, especially because they haven't bothered to create a crafting master who can take all those talents they already have and enchant them up higher, or craft them up higher. I'm sorry, I keep getting the words crafting and enchanting backwards. I did it in my other videos too, but I'm talking about crafting right now. You know, but yeah, when they're wanting to enchant their Stormcry gear, a lot of them are going out there and buying the enchanting materials from the trade broker. So if you got a Stormcry enchanting event up and you have a whole bunch of those talents, or even siglos or whatever saved up, you may not want to sell them until you see a Stormcry enchanting event come up. And then once that event hits and you start seeing the prices go up and you start seeing the volume go up, then you may want to go ahead and try selling some of those items that are used for enchanting Stormcry. You know, I think emeralds, I think that's the gems. You may want to hoard those for a while. When you get them free ones from event drops, you get free stuff from hunting world BAMs. You've gotten free drops from doing certain dungeons and whatever else. If it happens to be like Stormcry enchanting things, you may want to hoard them until the next Stormcry enchanting event, when a lot more people are going to be buying them in higher volume, and they're probably going to pay a little bit more. You know, so those are things to consider. Those are the hot fish buffet. Spices are apparently going for almost $2,000, $1,998. At least that's what they're listed. Again, that could be overpriced. You may have to sell it at $1,700. I don't know, but you got them all for free from the 4th anniversary coins that I was just showing you. Oh, we got spicy. We got hot. Salty. Okay, I'm surprised salty. And salty just improves your endurance. I would have thought the crit or the power would have gone for more money, but that's why you have to check. Check in the trade broker, because now we're looking at salty. They're listed for $3,500. Whether or not people are actually paying that much, I don't know. Again, it could be, but that's the lowest price I've seen for the salty. The salty seem to be actually selling for more money than either the spices or the hots. You know, the hots and the spices, they're way down there at like $1,700, $1,900. So if you're looking at using tokens, where'd we go? It's salty. And it costs you the same amount of tokens to get a hot, a spicy, or a salty. You may want to consider using those tokens to buy salties, because they're apparently selling for more in the trade, which I'm surprised. I would have thought the one that gives you power, the one that gives you crit would have gone for more, but I was wrong about that. But again, we have the 4th anniversary coins that are dropping right now. A salty fish buffet only costs you 10, a hot costs you 10, a spicy costs you 10. But if you buy spices, apparently if you drop them in the trade broker, right now I could buy 13 of them. What was that, like 2,000 something? I don't even remember what the price was. I could buy 13 of these right now, even if I sell them for 1,000 each. That's extra 13,000 gold just for these free tokens I've been getting. And if they're going for 2,000 each, that's another 26,000 gold I just got. You know, so again, farming tokens during events. You can get items out of those tokens that you can sell on the trade broker for some really good profit. Dawnstorm tokens and other kind of tokens that you get, you can, you know, farm those and then get items out of those that you can sell on the trade broker for some good profits. And while you're actually farming the Dawnstorm Dawnstorm Tokens, you're also getting those individual Vanguard rewards where you're getting however many gold each time you kill 10 of the high level, I don't know, Dawn monsters. Plus, you're getting little brilliant enchanting chests where you can get little enchanting materials. I don't know if you can sell those, I'm not sure. But if you're going and doing, I already showed you how if you're going and doing the Lithikumas and Sealywood, you're getting from the Vanguard rewards those bonus material box 2s, plus they're dropping more bonus material box 2s as you're killing some of them. You know, it's a random drop. You don't always get it for each one you kill. And then you sell those in Trade Broker. And again, my viewer Jessica Meyer said that she makes money from doing multiplayer dungeons. If you're one of those people, I'm not one of those people. But you're going to get the Vanguard gold. You're going to get like enchanting chest 4s dropping from some of them. And you can go sell those things to the Trade Broker while you're making the money. You know, so you're double dipping in some of those cases. So, you know, just, you know, reiterating some of the stuff I've already said. I'm repeating too many things. Okay, so she has done that. Now, this is my first alternate gamer tag. So I'm going to go to my parcel post. I'm going to write a parcel post. And I'm going to write it to angelic.ninja. Because I'm using my ninja to host the main thing, because I don't think I've used her yet for any of the other videos, so that's why I'm using my ninja today. Alright, and that's the correct one, and I always put a title, but I always just put the word stuff. Think you need a title? Maybe you don't need it. I don't know. Now you see at the bottom, it says add an item. On Xbox, that's your X button. So now I get to go through my menu and see what I'm going to add to it. Some things you can add. If it's not a tradable item, like a market fate, it's ghosted out. You cannot send that to someone else because it's not tradable. See, it says cannot trade. If it says cannot trade, you cannot parcel post it to anyone. Period. Done. Ain't doing it. But the only thing I actually want to send... Okay. Okay, so if you do want to send an item, do what I just showed you. And whatever you're planning on. Okay, like I could send some of these crystals if I wanted to, you know. That's how you send them. But I'm not actually sending items, I'm sending gold. So you see at the bottom, it says enter amount. I have to click down on my right joystick. Your PlayStation will tell you what to click. Just look for the words enter amount. And enter money. Okay, I forgot how much I even had. Sorry. Okay, so I have 400,989 gold. Okay, I'm gonna send 400,000. I'll keep the extra few hundred. Now I gotta start over. Sorry, wasted a little time there. What did I say? 400,000. Whoops. Okay, and when you're typing the address to someone, if you know their gamer tag, it shows the gamer tag. So you can, that's one of the ways you can verify that you typed it correctly. Like, I know my main gamer tag is Guardian Angel GG. If I typed in something and it gave some other gamer tag popped up, then I'd have to look because I had misspelled something, but it may have happened to be a character name someone actually had. So I would want to restart, you know, because I'm going to be sending to the wrong person. And again, I always enter a title because I think you have to. I can't remember, but I just do it to be on the safe side. And I just put the word stuff every time. Okay, I already showed you how to add an item if you're sending a physical thing. I'm actually going to send gold. So I click down on my right joystick to enter amount. And on PlayStation, it'll tell you what to do to enter your amount. Now I know that she had an extra 400,000 gold because she made over 400,000 gold today from sales. And you see, it's going to cost me 4,000 to send that because you do have to pay a fee for sending. Some items you'll only pay 50 coppers. When you're sending gold, I don't think I'll be able to send it. Yeah, I don't have enough gold. Okay, so it was going to cost me 4,000. I have 400,000. So I'm going to send 396,000. Start over, sorry. Oh man, I forgot to actually include the gold, so I'll send her a blank message. Good Lord. I'm messing this up today. Alright. I don't do a lot of the parcel post, so sometimes I'll skip a step and make a mess and have to do it again. I'm so focused on trying to remember the number, because I'm not good at remembering numbers. Okay, enter amount. So I think 396,000 I'll be able to send and be able to cover my fee. Send. Post delivered. Thank goodness. Okay, and now a lot of times I'll be making gold on my alternate gamer tags, but I won't be sending the gold to my main gamer tag, because my main gamer tag is already making a lot of gold from all those extra characters. But I want to do it today. I'm just collecting it because it's there. What is this? Oh, apparently the accumulated login event has triggered for today. Oh, I don't think I got hers this morning when I was fishing. I think I was doing her fishing before the before reset, because I don't even have my lead gift boxes. Okay, but today with my alternate gamer tags, I keep forgetting to close this thing. I hate that thing, and I can't set it to always be closed. I hate that chat. But the reason I'm sending the gold today is just so I can show you a cumulative total by the time I get through all my gamer tags and stuff. So, because right now we're talking about the benefits of alternate gamer tags, I think I've gone over most of them already. And we're good. Okay, I'm getting ready to switch to my second alternate gamer tag. So I'm going to fast forward for you so you don't have to sit here watching me switch around through gamer tags. Okay, this is my second alternate gamer tag, or my third gamer tag. And you can see on this one I have 9 characters, because as I got further along with gamer tags, I got a little bit lazy. But I do have so many characters on each one because I love doing the leveling events. So when we had certain things like the Valkyrie thing, I don't even know how many Valkyries I have that have the special title that came. If you created a Valkyrie and got her to level 65 during the first 30 days, you got a special title, Chooser of the Slain, plus a special weapon skin thing, and I think a special outfit. I don't even know how many Valkyries across my 4 gamer tags I have that have that Chooser of the Slain title. And bear in mind, they had the level 60 scrolls turned off, so you had to actually gain all the levels yourself. But you got 30 days to do it, so I have a whole bunch across that have that Chooser, because I love doing the leveling events. And some of these things, like my Brawlers, that was actually because they had a special tank leveling event for a while, because so many people were crying that not enough tanks were queuing up for those multiplayer dungeons. Not a problem for me, I don't do multiplayer dungeons, but people were crying they didn't have someone to help carry them through the dungeons, so they actually did a special tank leveling event to inspire more people to create tanks. And I'm glad they did, because that's why I created my first Brawler and loved her so much. Again, my Brawler is my main on every gamer tag. If you are a solo gamer, I recommend you try a Brawler. If you have an extra character slot, go ahead and make a Brawler and try it out. I love it. Okay. So, again, benefits, extra gamer tags. Can't remember if I mentioned this one before. If you have extra gamer tags, one of the biggest benefits is when it comes to crafting and gathering. I think I did mention it, but I'll mention it again because it's one of the biggest benefits. my one gamer tag, my main one, you can do 4,300 production points per day. So that after you've crafted so many things or gathered so many things, you have the production points, and the production points are for your entire gamer tag. So even I have 22 characters on my main gamer tag. It doesn't matter how many production points I have used on how many different characters or even just one character. Once I've used 4,300, all of my characters on that gamer tag are at 0 because it's a gamer tag. So I can actually use my 3 alternate gamer tags. Each of them has their own 4,300 production points to start with when they're at max. I can go gather a whole bunch of materials on this gamer tag and then parcel post them to my main gamer tag. Go to my next alternate gamer tag. Gather a whole bunch more of them. Ship them back over to my main gamer tag. Then go to my third gamer tag. Run through 4,300 production points worth of gathering and send all those over to my main gamer tag. And in my main gamer tag, because they haven't done any gathering and crafting yet, can use all those materials they just got from these 3 gamer tags to craft a whole bunch of stuff until they run out of production points. So that saves you on one gamer tag of having to go buy Elo News tiers, all crafters cures, or aged Elo News tiers, all of which I cover in my crafting video that I have out there if you want to go check that out. Because whenever you have to buy those things, if you happen to have gotten some from drops, that's different. They're free. If you want to use them, use them. But when you're crafting things for profit, if you have to go buy aged Elo News tiers, all crafters cures, or regular Elo News tiers, you're cutting into your profit margin. Because I think an aged Elo News tier or an all crafters cure all, you typically run 17, 18,000 gold each to the trade broker. Okay, so you got to factor in how much money you're spending for those, if you're spending money for those, to see if you're actually even making a profit from the items that you're crafting to put into the trade broker. But if you have alternate gamer tags, extra ones, on those gamer tags, you can run through all of their production points just to gather materials, ship them off to your main gamer tag. Now your main gamer tag still has that 4,300 production points to go ahead and start crafting all those materials into the items, you know, so you're not cutting into your profit margins by having to buy Elo News tier, aged Elo News tier, crafter cure-alls. Just a little tip, one of the other bonuses for having extra gamer tags. Now again, you don't have to create all these extra characters like I did on mine. I just love doing all the leveling events. Plus I wanted to have certain different classes, because I have at least one of every class on my main gamer tag. And then across my other 3 gamer tags, I have another one, at least, of each class out there. So I just like it. It's fun. I enjoy it. But you could just create one extra gamer tag, create one character, get them to level 65. While you're getting to level 65, you're going to be farming that gold from doing the red line quests. You're going to be farming gold from doing Vanguard requests. You're going to be gathering up Metamorphic Emblems that you can use later to buy stuff out of the Metamorphic Emblems to sell to the trade broker. You know, more money. You know, as they say, more money, more money. Forgot that stupid chat. I hate that chat. But probably when I do this video, I'm just going to put a big logo in the lower left corner to cover the chats, because I keep forgetting to turn off those chats. I hate those chats. Too many kids post too many stupid things. I don't trust them, so I don't like having the chats in my videos. Okay, now back to her. Again, another benefit is I can do a bunch of fishing on each of my separate gamer tags. Fishmonger, I can only sell 30 fish per day per account. That's account-wide. Doesn't matter how many characters you have, you're only going to sell 30 fish. Resource Manager, you're only going to sell 4 fish crates per day. But if you have extra gamer tags, you can sell more fish. You can sell more fish crates because each of them gets 30 and each of them gets 4. All right, so again, we're going to go into our fish. Now, this gamer tag, I can't remember if she had any bass. I don't think she did, because the bass she did catch, there's one, I actually had to use, because they also give you a lot more fish fillets. So I actually dismantled the ones that I caught to use to create my fish crates. Okay, so I just thought that because I wanted to do it to do it. I probably would have made more money selling the individual ones and not worrying about the fish crates, but I wanted it for demonstration purposes. Okay, squids, 110. Black fins, 90. Clownfish, 70. Okay. Squids give me the most gold, so I'm selling squids first because I want to maximize the amount of gold I'm getting. And again, on my alternate gamer tags, I have not done very much fishing, so they all have like level 1 rods. That's why they're such low level fish on this particular gamer tag. The higher fish were on my main gamer tag. Okay, sold all my squids. Next highest gold is going to be from my black fins. So I'll start selling black fins. I can sell 10 more of them. You can see the number down at the bottom. Now I want to sell the high ones first. I'm going to skip the regular clownfish. But I can still sell one more. Another one I have left is my clownfish to sell, so I'm going to go ahead and sell it. And again, man, I keep forgetting to show you. I made sure I zeroed all of her gold out. I had all of her gold in the bank before she started. I'll try on the next gamer tag to remember to show that part. Sold on my the gold at the bottom. Now she's up to 3,250, which she just got from the fish. She was at 0.
You need my help?
Fish crates, again, low level because I haven't done much fishing with them, so I only have a fish crate 1 design, but it's still free money. I'm going to get 600 gold for each, 2,400 extra gold per day if I go and make fish crates every day on each of my alternate gamer tags. Trade broker, again, I cleared out some of the excess stuff in my bank. My XP boosts are not selling. Apparently people don't need the, wow, oh, okay. Apothecary dyes are not selling. So I thought the dyes would sell. I may have them overpriced. I don't know. Those are the only things that did not sell. Let's see what we did sell. Again, diamonds. I've been getting a lot of those for free from event drops. I showed you how we're going to get even more of them during this accumulated daily login event. We'll get a few more. And again, when I go to my accumulated login event, the diamond on day 24. I will get 3 per gamer tag, which means across my 4 gamer tags, I will actually get 12 diamonds. Okay, again, one of the benefits of having multiple gamer tags. When I get those 10 keys, I will actually get 40 because I have 4 gamer tags, you know, and so on and so forth. One of the benefits multiple gamer tags is farming events like the accumulated daily login events, farming events like the Rootstock Festival, farming events like the Santa thing, you know, whatever. Well, the Santa thing, you could do as many as you want, so that one don't really count. You can just do all that on your main gamer tag, not worry about it. But things like the accumulated daily login events where you only get like a certain number of items per day, per account. Again, 10 keys, I'm going to get 40 keys because I have 4 accounts.
Not much for kids.
Now, yesterday, I took her out and I gathered Kabbalah ore because a lot of people buy those for crafting fish crates, and I gathered some cob seed because they're actually used in quite a few of the different cooking recipes, so they're kind of popular. Again, I have a bunch of Lamborghogis. I had actually made a bunch during the Rootstock Festival, and I have extras because I also have a bunch that say Event Lamborghini that I have gotten for free from it. So I have a lot more than I even need. So I'm selling a few of those. They sell really well. They're 500 a pop. And again, I had all of them from free from the Rootstock Festival, and I had some from some event. I had picked up some Arborea jewel boxes from some event recently that was dropping those. Those are selling for 30,000 each. So I sold those. Now the Kabbalah ores I actually gathered yesterday. Sold them for 14 gold a piece, 15 gold a piece, basically. And I sold probably about 100 of them, you know, 300 for each block of 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 300 times 5. An extra 1,500 just for gathering Kabbalah ores yesterday and throwing them in the trade broker. Cobs, and I only did a little gathering. I had plenty of production points still left over. I just did a few for demonstration purposes for this video. You might have a bank or a trade broker filled with blocks of 10 or 20 Kabbalah ores and just sell all those. Now, the cob seeds actually went for 50 each instead of only 15 each for Kabbalah ores. So if you're looking at making money between Kabbalah ore or cob seed, you probably want to go and gather cob seed. Because you can see I sold those in blocks of 20. Each block of 20 was like 1,000. And I sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of 20 for 1,000 each. That's an extra 5,000 gold right there. And all I did was go out and gather some cob seed and throw it in the trade broker. Didn't even have to craft anything with it, you know. Didn't have to spend a penny. All I had to do was use a few of my production points, which, you know, every day, those are going to come back to you anyway because you gradually increase. That's all covered in my crafting and enchanting video, or I'm sorry, gathering and crafting videos. I always get crafting and enchanting mixed up. They're in my gathering and crafting videos, cover a lot of that kind of information. Okay, but you can see I got, like, you know, 5,000 extra just for a few cob seed. I could have been out there and gathered a lot more because I had plenty of production points still left. And for every block of 20, you know, I'm selling them for 50 each. Every block of 20, I'm getting 1,000. When you are in the trade broker, be careful how many you sell at a time. Like, you'll see my strongbox keys, which I had received free from some of the drops, from some of the events. We're getting more strongbox keys. I just showed you again from the accumulated daily login event. You know, you get a lot of free ones. I don't really use them because opening those boxes is just not worth it. It's worth it more to me to sell them in the trade broker. So I'll usually save them up for a while as I get free ones and then sell them through the trade broker. But you'll see the strongbox keys. I'm selling one at a time because I'm assuming a lot of people are only going to want to buy maybe one at a time to open one box or something. The cob seeds are used in a lot of the cooking recipes. The Kabbalah ores are used for crafting fish crates. So some people are going to want multiples of those. Now, the cob seeds, I just went with 20. So I'm thinking, okay, a block of 20, people will probably be willing to buy. Now, if I had gone out and gathered 1,000 cob seeds, I probably would not have wanted to list 1,000 in one line and try to sell them all for 50,000 in one big chunk. Because some people probably only want 10, maybe 20, you know, depending on what they're cooking. You know, and they're probably wanting to buy 20. Even if they only need 5 to cook, they may go ahead and buy 20 because they're going to cook 4, or they'll cook 1 right now and save the other 15 for the next time they're cooking. Try to gauge, looking at the trade broker, and even from your own experience, what you buy from the trade broker and what amounts. Try to gauge how many you want to put on one line. Okay, don't overdo it and try to sell all. You know, you got 10,000 extra of this thing. Don't try to sell all 10,000 at once, you know, charge $1 million gold. You're probably not going to sell it. A week later, it's probably going to come back to your partial post, and you're going to have to break it down into chunks of 20 or 50 or whatever it is. You know, so that's one thing to consider when you're selling through the trade broker. More diamonds, so we keep getting as free drops, and like I showed you, we're even getting some more with the daily accumulated thing. I got a fish steak down there. Again, the food buffs usually sell pretty well. Fish steaks you can actually craft yourself in the cooking menu. And again, my fishing video will show you which fishing quests you have to do to get each of the different cooking recipes. So if you don't have the cooking recipes, check out my video. And again, in the description, it's broken down by times, and it will tell you specifically which quest and which cooking recipe if you want to skip ahead to that time because you're just missing 1 or 2 recipes. You know, so you don't have to watch the whole video if you don't want. I only make videos for fun, like I've mentioned in other videos. And I love the game and I like sharing the information. So if you go to one of my videos and you just skip ahead to the one little 5-minute part that you want to see, I'm okay with that. I don't care. I'm not going to tell you, oh, which whole video. Oh, I actually sold an apothecary die. They haven't been selling that well, apparently, because most of them haven't sold. But I did sell one on this one, so, you know, that was extra 10,000. And again, apothecary die is one of those things that, you know, you get, I've gotten through a lot of free drops. And you actually can craft them, but I haven't crafted any of mine. I've gotten so many through free drops, I still have a whole bunch sitting in my bank. All right, so that's 282,000 I just collected. There's 67,000 I just collected, or 69. 240,000, 51,000, okay. Because I had to collect, because when you collect all in the trade broker, sometimes you get everything at once. and then sometimes it breaks down and only gives you a certain amount. So if you still see items sitting there after you hit the button to collect all, down at the bottom it says collect all. Xbox is the A button. PlayStation will tell you which button to hit. You may have to hit the button multiple times until that screen right there clears out and says no items. Okay, so don't just hit the button once and immediately exit. Be sure you're on that screen that says no items, because it may have only given you a certain amount at first, and you may have to pull the other amount. I don't know how it breaks them down, what the limits are, but just be sure by the time you're collecting your brokerage sales that you see at the top highlighted, when you collect those, you have collected all of them. All right, so she got an extra 647,149 today from the fish, and from what she got in the trade broker, just taking some excess stuff out of her bank, all of which she had gotten for free, either from doing her own gathering or her own crafting, or they were simply free drops that she was gotten through the game through certain events. And again, this is not a typical day because I'm kind of clearing out excess stuff that I've had sitting in my bank for a while. But again, there's a cumulative effect. If I had sold one of those items when I first got it 2 months ago, sold the next item a week later when I got it, this is the kind of cumulative effect. And again, if I had gone and spent all of my crafting points yesterday for those cob seeds, you saw how much those things were going for just for one. And if I had bought had gathered a whole bunch of more of them, it doesn't cost me a penny to gather, it just cost me production points, and I'll get those back by the next day. I could have made a whole bunch of money just from the cob seeds. Kabbalah ore, I would have made pretty decent money, not as much as I did from the cob seeds. So a lot of people make a lot of money just from gathering. And I didn't have to craft anything, so I didn't have to worry about, spending money to craft. I literally just gathered them from out in the field, dropped them in the trade broker. Ta-da, done. Easy. No problem. All right, 640,000. I'm going to assume that's probably going to cost me around 6,500. All right, I'm going to try to send 640,000. I think that'll cover my postal fee. Whoops. Parcel post. Right. Okay, 640,000. Okay, I'm going to send it over to my Ninja on my main gamer tag. I'm terrible at remembering numbers. Down bottom it says enter amount. That's if you're sending gold. Click in on the right joystick. PlayStation will tell you which button to click. I'm terrible at remembering numbers, but I think I was going to send 640,000. Okay, I think that'll cover it because you get charged a fee for sending gold, and you see this, like, I think, what is it, 10%? 1%? Yeah, 1%. Post delivered. Okay. Whew. All right. Did it right. Looks like I got something in my inbox. Okay, it's more anniversary coins. Because right now, while the 4th anniversary event is going on, you get 4th anniversary coins ever so often while you're logged in. I think about every half hour or so. I'm not going to swear to it. But then there's a max of them that get sent you each day. That first maybe 3 or 4 hours you play, you're going to get them, and then they'll stop until the next day after reset. Okay, so that was my second alternate gamer tag, or my third gamer tag. And I have one more gamer tag to go. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward for you to my next one, so you're not sitting there watching me switching gamer tags. All right, this is my third alternate gamer tag, or my 4th total gamer tag, which is my last one. I don't have any other ones, just 4. And you can see on this one I have a grand total of 9 characters, because the more alternate gamer tags I created, the lazier I got. So I only have 9 on this one. Again, if you create alternate gamer tags, you can just create one character and just use that character for especially gathering materials, maybe for crafting to save on production points on your main gamer tag, certain events that are going on. Maybe you can only do that event per account. So you can do that event on your main gamer tag and your alternate gamer tag, even if you only have 2. And in my case, I do 4 to get more gold or more items that you can sell for gold, or even just more items that you want. But we're talking about gold in this particular video. And one other thing I didn't think about until just now is a lot of times Tera has leveling events. And I love doing the leveling events because you get extra stuff. That's why I have so many characters, because I will take big advantage of the leveling events. And I will do them on each gamer tag, because sometimes some of the leveling events will tell you that you can only do it once per account. So during these leveling events, a lot of times it will give you extra bonus stuff at, say, level 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, and then at 65 you get another big bonus box. Sometimes it'll contain items that you can sell for gold. Now, if you do it once on your only gamer tag, well, you're done. If they're only allowing it for 1 character on the gamer tag. But if you have 4 gamer tags like me, you can go through and do it 4 times and get all those extra items and get even more gold. Another one of the benefits of multiple gamer tags. And while you're doing that and getting those extra bonus boxes every 10 levels, you're also getting the gold from doing the redline quests, plus you're getting the gold from the Vanguard requests that are usually associated with some of those, especially the dungeons and the BAMs that you're killing. Plus, you're gathering Metamorphic Emblems from, I think, the primary and secondary quests. You end up with a whole lot of Metamorphic Emblems by the time you get someone from level 1 to 65. You can go into those Metamorphic Emblems and pull out certain items from those that you can sell through the trade broker, making more gold. So again, you know, a lot of ways in Tera to make some gold. Okay, so let's go into my main, which is my brawler. Again, if you're a solo player, I highly recommend you try out a brawler at least once, get it to level 65, see how you like it. I love the brawler as a solo because you stand in one spot. You block, you attack, you block, you attack. You don't have to do all that running and jumping and dodging and whatever like you do with a DPS or with a healer. Oh my goodness. Alright. This time I will remember before I do anything to go into my inventory and show you, why does she have gold? I meant to clear her gold. Hold on. I need to, because I want her to start with 0 gold. The other 2 I'm sure started with 0 gold because you saw they got there. But this one you will know for a fact is starting with 0 gold. Alright. Deposit my gold. There we go. Inventory. 0 gold. I have no gold. Okay. The other 2 I'm sure I had zeroed them out. I meant to zero her out. I must have messed up and forgotten. But you know for a fact, no doubt about it, she has 0 gold. I just showed it to you. So again, Fishmonger. She's done her fishing this morning. And actually, she did fishing for 10. The next character did fishing for 10. The next character did fishing for 10. So that each of them got the extra gold from the daily Vanguard for fishing. Just show you that again real quick. Oh, she's already done it, so it's gone. Okay. But you saw it earlier. And again, the same sort of process applies to doing a world event. You can only get the Vanguard reward of 600 gold for doing a world event one time. So if you have multiple characters on your gamer tag, because the Vanguards go by character, you know, each character can go through and do 16 Vanguards a day if you have elite gold. But some of them, like the fishing, you can only do once. That's why you don't see it anymore. She already fished this morning after reset had happened, so she can't fish anymore today. But then I went to the next character after she got 10 fish, and she got her 100 gold for that. Next character got another 100 gold plus another 30 angler tokens. Next character, same thing. Next character, same thing. Until I got to like 30 fish that I needed to sell, and then some extra fish to make fish fillets, to make fishing crates. The world events is the same way. If you go and do world events, the first time you do a world event for the day, and you complete it successfully, you will get the 600 gold plus the Vanguard tokens and the Noctiniums, and you won't get it again until after reset the next day per character. But now you can go to your next character and do one world event. Your next character do one world event. Next character do one world event. And then as you're doing them, if you're getting, say, legendary tokens or something for each one, You can actually drop those in your bank and still consolidate them under one character, but you're making extra gold. And Vanguard, well, yeah, and the Vanguard tokens and whatever, because each character can only do that one once a day. The flight missions I haven't done in a long time. I did them for a little while, kind of got bored with them. I don't know if it's a one a day. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's one a day. So that would be another one. You'll find out if you're doing flight missions. But that would be another one. You might only do one flight mission for this character, then do it for another character, another character, another character. Now, most of the rest of these, you can just do over and over again with the same character until you get to the maximum of 16 per day. But then, if you want, you can switch to your next character. If you've done 16 and you're like, well, I want to do more, switch your next character. Even if you're doing Celestial Arena. I used to love doing Celestial Arena. I don't do it as much anymore because I do the higher level ones. But that's a fun one. Pretty easy. You know, get a few hundred gold and stuff. All right, so back to what I was doing here. Fishmonger. Again, your bass are your highest value fish, always. And they always buy bass every day, and it doesn't matter which bath. You can get any bath you want. And again, at the bottom where it says delivery list, I'm going to hit X for Xbox, and whatever PlayStation says, you know, all bass. He's buying them. So I'm going to go ahead and sell them bass first. She got a fish? Hold on. Are they buying these on the other one? Did he reset to different fish? Because I think he I may have crossed the timeline when he resets to different fish he's buying. Because I thought on my other characters he was buying black fins and whatever. Okay, that's fine. That was all. Okay, so we only got 3,000 from him because he's not buying any of my other fish. But I could look at the delivery list and go do some more fishing. And, you know, I could go to Murikai Fishery, look at Tears Fisher, Selfsing Lake Fishery, and start fishing for angelfish if I wanted to. Okay, but I'm not going to bother for this video because that's going to take a while.
You need my help?
Now, my resource manager, I do have fish crate ones. Again, I haven't done a lot of fishing on my alternate gamer tags, so they have very low level stuff, but still, that's an extra 600 gold each or 2,400 gold for all four. Whoops. And then again, I can go to any NPC merchant that deals in gold, and whenever you're at a fishing hole, you're going to have the fishing supplies person who does deal with gold, so they have a sell tab up at the top. Hit my right trigger, and it takes me into sell mode. And now, I'm going to get a lot less fish, a lot less gold for each fish selling to an NPC merchant, but I'm still getting gold for fish that I caught today. And you can even see in the thing down there in the middle, Fishmongers will purchase it for 70 gold. But NPC merchants only going to pay me 4 gold for the clownfish. I could hold off until tomorrow and see if they're buying clownfish or if they're buying black fins or whatever, but I'm just going to go ahead and sell them now for this video. I'm getting 6 for the black fins, which would have been 90 if I could have sold them to the fishmonger. But again, if you have extra fish and you've sold all your fish to the fishmongers for the day, because you can only sell 30, then you can actually sell them to an NPC merchant and get some gold for them, even though it's less gold. I'm getting 8 gold each for the squids. Okay, so I wasn't even able to sell 30 fish to the fishmonger, but right now I'm up to 5,500 gold. Just for fish and fish crates. And again, these are all low-level fish because I have level 1 fishing rods for this alternate gamer tag. Now, my trade broker, for this particular one, yesterday she gathered Galborn ore, and she gathered apples. And for the Galborn ore, she crafted them into Galborn ingots, because people use those for crafting fish crate level 5s. So sometimes they'll sell. Let's see if I've sold. And my Galborn ingots aren't selling worth a darn. So, you know, but again, I did it sometime last night. It hadn't even been 24 hours yet. They may sell sometime during the rest of the week. My preset expansions, those aren't selling. Got them free from drops. XP boosts, I've gotten free from drops. Apothecary dies I got free from drops. Signal manuals. I'm a solo player. I don't signal people. I don't need a signal manual. That hasn't sold yet. But if I go into my sales, again, diamonds, you can sell them quick and easy for 12,000. Even though you can get around 13,000 right now, based on the current prices, because it said that the average right now is 13,000 something. I just wanted to make really quick, easy sales, so I undercut them to 12,000 each. But still, there were free diamonds that I got from drops, from events and stuff. I'll take 12,000 free gold. Lamborghinis, again, I had crafted a whole bunch of those during the Rootstock Festival last fall. And now I have a whole bunch of extra ones that say event Lamborghini because they have been dropping from events. So I don't even really need these. I have more than I'll ever use. So I'm selling off some of these for 500 a pop. They actually sold. Again, our Borea jewel boxes that dropped from some kind of an event that we recently had, those sold for 30,000 a pop. Fish fritters, you can craft those yourself under your cooking menu. I've already talked about my fishing video that shows you how to get to each of the cooking recipes that you'll need. But again, a lot of these have actually just dropped from recent events. I don't think I even crafted these ones. They're just dropped from events for free, selling those for 500 a pop. But again, some of the food buffs, especially under the cooking, they'll sell for pretty decent money, 500 gold a pop. I'll take that, you know. Strongbox keys, they've been dropping for free from events. You know, all four, and because I have 4 separate gamer tags, whenever we have these events with all these drops, I go into each gamer tag and get the event drops, so that each of them, you know, is getting everything. So whatever I would have been making on one gamer tag, I'm making ×4 that amount by having 4 gamer tags. And again, even if you only make a second gamer tag and you only create one character on it, that one character is going to save you a lot of production points if you do a bunch of gathering and then send those materials to your first gamer tag for them to do the crafting. So you don't have to buy all news tiers and waste gold on that, cutting into your profit margins. Multiple uses for events, you know, again, because you have the event. If you have 2 gamer tags as opposed to 1, you're going to double the amount of stuff that you get from each of those events, like the accumulated daily logging event we got going on, which I've shown you several times. I'm not going to show you again. Fish steaks, again, you can craft these in cooking, but these ones, I believe I got free from drops. You know, but either way, whether you're crafting it yourself, you know, fish steaks are also going for 500 gold each. You may even be able to get more. Like I said, I undercut most of my prices because I wanted quick, easy sales so I could demonstrate in this video. I did sell an apothecary dye here. Now, like I said, I went and gathered apples yesterday. I'm selling them for 10 gold a pop. You know, get 200 gold for every block of 20. You know, 5 blocks of 20 there. What is that? An extra 1,000 gold. You know, and again, I only gathered a few. I had plenty of production points left. I could have been out there gathering a whole heck of a lot more. And I could have gone and gathered, you know, and that's one thing with like 4 gamer tags. I might take my 3 alternates and go gather a whole bunch of apples to sell in the trade broker. But then another one, I might gather a whole bunch of cob seeds to sell in the trade broker. And then another one, I might gather a whole bunch of, you know, Galborn ore, Kabbalah ore, whatever, to sell in the trade broker. Because I'm going to get to a certain amount where if I try selling too many, there's not going to be enough customers of one item. So, you know, different ways you can play around. Sold another apothecary dye there, another fish steak. So I hit collect all, but it didn't give me everything yet. But that was 160,000 worth, another 107,000 worth, another 184,000 worth, 75,000 worth, and 10,000 worth. Okay, so now from the fish I was able to sell, even though I wasn't able to sell 30 fish yet today because he wasn't buying everything I was selling, and what I sold in the trade broker from free items that I either gathered or I crafted or that I got free from drops from Tera, 542,000 and some change is what I got on this gamer tag. So I think that's going to cost me around 5,400. I'm going to send 535 to my main gamer tag. That should cover all the fees. Another coin, we covered those. What did I say? 535. Let me see if it'll let me enter the amount first. Because I'm terrible at remembering numbers, and I'm afraid by the time I type in the name and everything, I'll forget what the amount was. Okay, it went ahead and let me put the amount in. Now I can go ahead and put the name. Send. Alright, post delivered. Alright, and again, this was my third alternate gamer tag, or my fourth gamer tag. Overall, I had sent my gold to my ninja over on my main gamer tag. So to close up the video, I'm going to go back to my ninja. And I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead so that you don't have to sit here and watch me going through, logging into a different gamer tag and whatnot. And now we're back on my main gamer tag, and we're back on my ninja, who is hosting this particular video because I don't believe I've used her to host any of my videos before. And before I say anything else, I'm going to go into my parcel post and grab this first, another anniversary coin. Okay, this was the empty one that I accidentally sent. Until I figured out how to do it right. And you can see, sent 396,000 from my first alternate gamer tag, and at the bottom it says accept an item. On Xbox it's the X button. PlayStation will tell you which button, right next to the words accept an item. So I collected the attachment from my parcel post mail there. My second alternate gamer tag sent me 640,000. My third alternate gamer tag sent me 640,000. Collect all that. So, you'll recall I did show you she started with a 0 gold in her inventory at the beginning of this video. I did show hers specifically. And now she has, hold on, 4,599,812 gold from today. Okay, so she got over 4.5 million gold. And we didn't spend a single dime. We did not buy anything with Tera Coins. Everything was done in the game. But again, it's not a typical day because a lot of stuff I sold to the trade broker are items that I have gotten from free event drops over the past couple of months or so, and I've put them in my bank. So these have been kind of cumulative, but they were. But everything that we did today, we got gold. We discussed getting gold from leveling up new characters from 1 to 65. If a leveling event happens to be going on, sometimes you'll get some items, some special boxes at levels 10, 20, 30, etc. that you can sell for gold. Some of the stuff you get from those is not tradable though, but you do sometimes get items that you can sell for gold. But at the same time, even if there's no leveling event going on, you're getting gold from the Red Line main quests, and you can get quite a bit of gold by the time you get to level 65 just from that. Plus, you are getting gold from some of the Vanguard requests that will be showing up as you're leveling, especially for fighting world bands and doing certain dungeons, so that's more gold. While you're doing the leveling from the main quests, and I believe the secondary quests, the yellow ones, check those. I believe those also give you Metamorphic Emblems. So you're farming Metamorphic Emblems, and then by the time you get to level 65, you're going to have a whole bunch of those, and you can go into those and pull out certain items from those that you can put in the trade broker and also sell for gold. So you're double and even triple dipping. You're triple dipping if there's a leveling event going on, just by leveling a character up from 1 to 65. Now in my case, I have 22 characters on this particular gamer tag. You saw how many I had on each of my separate alternate gamer tags. I have had other characters on this gamer tag. I'm at 22, which is the max you can have. I sometimes will delete one of my alternate characters that I don't use and just start a new one and go from 1 to 65 and get a whole bunch of gold that way. And then once I'm done with that one, now if you ever do delete a character, so you can create another character to level up and get a bunch of gold, Metamorphic Emblems, relic shards, relic fragments, all these other things that I collect and I put in my bank to make it even easier for my next character, then be sure before you delete them, any gold they got showing down there, you put it in your bank so they got 0 gold. Any item that you can sell for gold, go ahead and sell it. Or drop it in the bank so that someone else can sell it. Be sure any usable items, potions and whatever, MPs, HPs, put everything in the bank that you can, or sell everything that you can. And so that the only thing left is stuff that you can't trade, you can't sell, you can't put in the bank before you delete them. So you're not wasting any of your resources, because of course you want to maximize, all your resources. Then delete them. Now, any character you delete now, when you hit delete, you have to wait 24 hours before it actually deletes. So you can back out. It used to be, I think it was 40. If a character was below level 40 and you wanted to delete it, it deleted it instantly. As soon as you deleted it, boom, it was gone. And you go ahead and create that next character. Unfortunately, a while back when they first started the Battle Pass, some players figured out a special workaround to where they could really abuse the Battle Pass rewards by simply creating new character, new character, new character. And when you could instantly delete them, I mean, within minutes, they were getting a bunch more Battle Pass rewards. Delete, get a bunch more Battle Pass rewards. Delete. So I don't even remember how many hundreds of thousands of certain items Tera actually posted that some of these players had gotten by abusing the system. But to help stop abuse in the future, Tera instituted the 24-hour thing no matter what level you are. So unfortunately, if you're going to delete a character, be aware no matter what level it is now, you're going to have to wait 24 hours before you can start on that new character after this character's been deleted. Okay, so we talked about leveling. We talked about the Vanguard requests. Every day you can go and get different amounts of gold for different amounts of stuff. And again, the fishing thing, if you have multiple characters, one of the benefits is fishing you can only do once per character for the Vanguard reward. You can fish all day long, but you'll only get the Vanguard reward of 100 gold and the 30 angler tokens for one character and each day, and then it goes away. But if you just catch 10 fish with her, and then you drop that highest level rod you have into your bank, let the next character pull it out. That next character can catch 10 fish and also get these bonuses, and then the next, and the next. 22 characters, I get 2,200 gold instead of just 100. 22 characters, I get, 660 angler tokens instead of just 30, extra. You're still going to get the ones you get from each fish you catch, but that adds up real quickly. Prove yourself worthy. You can do one world event each day per character to get the Vanguard reward. You can keep on doing world events after that, but you're only going to get that 600 gold and those 50 Vanguard tokens once a day per character. But if you have multiple characters, well, you can just do one world event on her, go to the next character, do one world event, next character, one more, all the way through. And 22 times 600, I can get that many gold just for doing 22 world events. So if you were going to do 22 world events today anyway, don't do it on one character, do it on multiple characters. And again, the flight missions, it's been so long since I've done those, I don't remember if that's a once-a-day thing. But again, benefit of multiple characters, if you can do it once a day, same as what I've just explained for the other ones. Okay, so we'll talk about doing multiple Vanguard requests. My viewer, Jessica Meyer, had said she makes gold by doing multiplayer dungeons. I'm a solo player, I don't do multiplayer dungeons. But a lot of people who do multiplayer dungeons get gold from it. So I'm going to hit all here. Rampaging RK9. You can get 1,280 gold each time you do it. And I assume with the dungeons, it's probably like most of the other Vanguard requests, where you can just keep doing it over and over and over until you hit your max for each character. But then if you hit your max at 16 for this character, if you got multiple characters, you can go to the next character and do some more and still get the, all the rewards, the gold and the Vanguard things. And like in this case, you're going to get a diamond if you successfully complete that dungeon. You can sell the diamond for 10,000 to an NPC merchant straight up, or 12 to 13,000 if you sell it to the trade broker. Some of the dungeons, multiplayer dungeons, drop bonus material boxes. Depending on the level of dungeon, different level boxes. If you don't need the enchanting materials in those boxes, you can take those enchanting material boxes, sell them to the trade broker. Solo player. That's me. I'm solo. Bams near the Bower. Faith touched Lithikumas. You can see if I can successfully kill 30 of those. They're going to give me 9 bonus material boxes, and then sometimes they'll drop them randomly. You'll also get bonus material box 2s from the Lithikumas themselves. So you can, if you're working on item XP or whatever else, you can go and hunt Lithikumas. Get the Vanguard reward for 900 gold each time, plus get the bonus material box level 2s, drop those in the trade broker, sell them for more gold. Okay, a little more double dipping right there. All right, so we covered, covered so much, and there's so many ways to make gold in Tera. I'm like trying to remember everything. The dungeons, the vanguards, the leveling. We covered all the fishing, and again, that the fish goes by account. You can sell 30 fish to the fishmongers for your entire gamer tag or account, no matter how many characters you have, and you can sell 4 fishing crates to the resource manager each day. And again, when you're catching a bunch of fish, you're selling fish to the fishmonger, you want to maximize your profit, so you want to check the whole list first and see which of those fish is worth the most gold. Sell those first until you've sold all 30. One of the benefits of a multiple gamer tags is if you have even just a second gamer tag, you can go catch 30 more fish on the other gamer tag, create 4 more fish crates on the other gamer tag, and get gold on your second gamer tag. And then if you want, you can send that gold to your primary gamer tag if you don't really need it on the secondary. In my case, I have 4 gamer tags. So I can go fish, sell 30 fish, and sell 4 crates on all 4. So I get to sell, what, 120 fish per day, plus 16 fish crates per day. And then if I want, I can transfer that money all to my main gamer tag. So that's fishing. Then the trade broker. You can gather items, sell them to the trade broker. And again, your gathering as far as your production points goes by your entire account or your gamer tag. So no matter how many characters you have, you're going to get, what, 4,300 production points. Once you've done all that gathering you've done for the day, unless you have an L News tier, a Crafter's Cure All, and an Age L News tier. If you have to go buy those, you cut your profit margins. So if you have an extra gamer tag or even 4 gamer tags, you can use your additional gamer tags to go do all the gathering first, use their production points, then send those gathered materials over to your primary gamer tag, who, if you're crafting items, you can use all those materials to do all your crafting, and you still have your original 4,300 production points that you can use on the main gamer tag. And we went into the crafting menu. Again, smelting. If people are enchanting, they're going to be buying golden darts, golden plates. Processing, they'll be buying silver siglos, silver plates. And, there's other stuff down there, bait, accessories, silexes. Alchemy, jewels. When people are enchanting, they're going to need jewels. Sometimes you can get those. A lot of times those are dropped for free from events. Etchings, a lot of people tell me that they make a lot of money just doing etchings. So look into that. Do your own math when you're looking at it. What's it going to cost them to make it? How much you're going to sell through the trade broker? That applies to any of these items. Any of them. I especially went into detail with it with the diamonds, about the difference between the prices. If you enchant up from a ruby to a sapphire to emerald to a diamond, or even if you just go from emerald to diamond, look at all your costs first and be sure that you're going to make a profit when you're doing any kind of crafting. Cooking. A lot of people, I see posts that they make a lot of gold every day by cooking. And again, I have a fishing video out there, which shows you all the quests for fishing that you need to do to get all the cooking recipes, because the cooking recipes, a lot of them actually come from doing a quest. So be sure you check out that fishing video if you're looking at getting some cooking recipes. And again, a lot of these battle dishes we saw that I was selling the trade broker, actually you get as free drops from some of the events, you know. So you get it as a free drop, but you're not going to use it. Drop it in the trade broker. You saw how much money some of those were making. I think like 500 gold a pop, you know, got them for free from drops. Or, you know, you could do your fishing and go get all your cooking materials and, you know, make stuff. Fish fritters, those are pretty good ones. Those are pretty popular. Fish steaks, sold a bunch of those, you know. So there is, it's so hard to do how do you make gold in Tera video, because there's so many different ways to make gold. And again, I showed you some of the math, how to do it. And of course, we talked about all the free drops that you get from all these different events. And right now we got the accumulated login event going on. They do this a lot. A lot of these we have. 3 Elnus tiers. Personally, I won't sell those because I do so much gathering and crafting. I need them, so I use them. But I'll get some for free. But if you want, you can drop it in the trade broker and sell them. Emeralds, 3 emeralds right there. And again, 3 emeralds per account. I have 4 accounts. I'm going to get 12 emeralds. Diamonds. They're going to give me 3 diamonds per account. I'm going to end up with 12 diamonds because I have 4 accounts. Strongbox keys, you can sell those in the trade broker. You saw that I sold some of them. 10 per account. I have 4 accounts, so I get 40. So even if you just create 1 second account, create 1 character, get them to level 65, you know, then you can go ahead and do accumulated login events on 2 gamer tags and double up on the items that you're getting, and then you can go sell them. Oh my goodness, why do I think I'm forgetting something? We talked about leveling, new characters. We talked about fishing. We talked about crafting. We talked about gathering. We talked about receiving free stuff through events, selling them in the trade broker. We talked about farming tokens, like the Dawnstorm tokens. If you're doing Island of Dawn anyway, those high-level monsters are going to give you Dawnstorm tokens, which you can use to pull out items that you can sell through the trade broker. And that goes for any other kind of tokens. That was just one example. Some other events and things that you can do, you'll get certain tokens. You can farm tokens, pull stuff out of the tokens, and sell them. All right, so those are some examples of how to make gold in Tera. Oh, and we did cover you can go buy stuff with Tera Coins using, you know, you use real money to buy Tera Coins, and you can buy stuff through the trade broker and then sell those or buy them from the Tera Store, sell them in the trade broker. Nothing wrong with that. If you have a great career, you have plenty of expendable cash, you don't mind spending it on a game, go for it. Why? We need you. Because a lot of the people playing Tera can't afford to spend real money on a game. Or maybe they can afford it, but they just don't want to waste it on a game because, you know, they're investing it in stocks and whatever else, putting it in the 401k. But a lot of the people are making all their gold through all of the free processes that I have shown you today. So they get their things like Elite Gold 30-day status by buying it through the trade broker for gold. Some of their liberation, I actually showed you the liberation scrolls that I had bought yesterday for 80,000. Right now, the cheapest ones are over 100,000. So I was lucky yesterday when I bought mine. But a lot of people need a liberation scroll for something, but they're not going to go buy it with real money. So they're going to buy it through a trade broker. So if we don't have you guys who are out there spending your real money to buy stuff from the Tera Store to put into the trade broker for people to be able to buy with gold, then we wouldn't even be able to get all that stuff that we get from the trade broker with gold. So we need you guys. Keep it up. Thank you if you're spending your real money to do that. Now, actually, let me look at the trade broker because now I'm just curious. I want to see if the liberation scrolls, if anyone's putting any cheaper ones out there. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like I sold 2 more items. Oh, 2 of my big heads. Those things came from free. from some of the event drops. They actually dropped quite a bit. So a few thousand more right there. Because I just put these out there in the trade broker yesterday. They've been out there by now, maybe a little over 24 hours. They'll sit in the trade broker for up to a week, and then if they don't sell, then they'll come back to me through parcel post. But I went over all these items earlier at the beginning of the video. Actually, just out of curiosity, because I'm wondering, I want to see if the Liberations are any cheaper now. Like I said, I bought all three of mine yesterday for $80,000 a pop, and earlier today, the cheapest ones were over $100,000 a pop. Style item of wow, $150 for a regular Liberation Scroll. Okay. Style item, someone's got for $85,000. So if you were wanting a style item Liberation Scroll right now. So again, you got to watch the trade broker though. Prices will go up and down. I have a feeling some of these Liberation Scrolls are probably overpriced because, like I said, I bought three of them yesterday for $80,000 each. So probably if you wait around a day or two, if you're not in a big hurry, if you just keep checking the trade broker, you may catch another one out there for 80, 85, maybe even 90,000, as opposed to spending 150,000 just for a Liberation Scroll. You know, do your comparison shopping because farming gold is not just about, you know, how do I get it and, you know, what can I sell? And it's also about maximizing your profits and saving your gold. You know, you don't want to blow 10 million gold on a single piece of Kabbalah ore or whatever. You know, it's like, you know, so they don't get, you know, so also what you're spending, check the trade broker, not only for what you can sell things for at a reasonable price, but also for what you can get the cheapest. I'm not going to do it right now, but I've shown in the past. AGL News Tier will give you 4,000 production points back instantly. Crafter's Cure-All will also give you 4,000 production points back instantly. They do exactly the same thing, but sometimes people have them listed in the trade broker. One will be cheaper than the other. So anytime you're looking for some item where you know there's another item that does the same exact thing, but it just happens to have a different name, look for both of them in the trade broker because one may be cheaper than the other. But also bear that in mind when you're trying to sell something. Because if you're selling an AHL News Tier for $18,000, but people are selling Crafter's Cure-Alls for $13,000, when you put that AHL News Tier out there for $18,000, it may sit for quite a while because people are just going and buying the Crafter Cure-All for $13,000. Okay, so just little tips there. I think that's, I don't even know how long I've been at this. This is going to be a long video, guys. Sorry. But this is one of those things where, and I know I repeated a lot of stuff, but a lot of it was worth repeating. But when it comes to how do I make gold in Tera, there are just so many different ways. Plus, there's so many different factors you have to look at when you're trying to maximize your profit margins and then doing the math when you're doing your enchanting type thing, not enchanting, crafting type things. To be sure that what the materials are going to cost you, you'll still be able to make a profit when you sell it, all that sort of thing. Plus, I wanted to show you all the advantages of multiple characters on one gamer tag, plus all the advantages of multiple gamer tags, where you can make a lot more money from extra characters and from extra gamer tags. You know, again, you can do one character on one gamer tag and still make a pretty good living doing some of the other things I showed you in here all for free, without ever spending a penny. But again, you'll make even more if you have extra characters or extra gamer tags. All right, I'm going to wrap this up and say we're done because I'm getting tired. I hope this video has been helpful. I'm actually looking at the time, and I thought it would be time for Bamarama about now, but maybe not. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from it. Hopefully you'll take some of these tips at least and go out and start making you some money. Some of the quickest, easiest ones to start with are just fishing and gathering, and selling your fish to the fishmongers, making those fish crates, selling them, gathering certain items. I showed you just a few that I did for an example yesterday, but you can gather a whole lot more and make even more money. Just gather, drop it in the trade broker, then get into some crafting if you want. Again, showed you how to do that math to be sure that your materials aren't going to outweigh what you're actually going to make from it. Create one extra character. Get them from level 1 to 65. Do all the money from the red line quests. Get all that money from the Vanguard requests, especially BAMs and dungeons. Gather up all those Metamorphic Emblems while you're doing all those quests, and then pull stuff out of the Metamorphic Emblems to sell on the trade broker. It's just, it goes on and on and on. So many ways to make money in Tera. If you try to make money in Tera, you can make some money in Tera. Okay, and again, some of those things, once you play around with them, you'll see some pay more than others. So you figure out for you, because that's all my videos. I always say, I show you how I do things, what some of my favorite things are, how I like to do it, but then I also like to show you how to do some of the math. And in this case, explain to you a little bit about the trade broker, how you got to watch it and gauge your prices, to try to help you figure out what's the best way for you to make gold in your game, because games are designed to be fun. You're supposed to have fun and enjoy yourself. So you figure out from my tips, or even come up with your own method, how to make gold in a way that's fun for you. Me, I love gathering. I love crafting. I love enchanting. All those kind of things, I make lots of gold from doing, simply because I do them a lot because I enjoy doing them. If you like running multiplayer dungeons, my viewer Jessica Meyer had said she makes good money just running the dungeons, and I showed you can get the money from the Vanguard thing, and then you're going to get certain drops from the dungeons, especially as bonus enchanting material boxes. You can put those in the trade broker and make some gold from those. I know in some of those multiplayer dungeons, they'll drop like a weapon box or a armor box. Put that box into the trade broker, because I see them for sale out there sometimes. Sometimes when I've been working on enchanting stuff to get my life levels up for some of my characters, I have bought them from the trade broker. So I know sometimes they drop and people sell them. Just basically, again, if you have any item in your inventory that says sale value, you can sell it to an NPC merchant for that exact amount. And then if it also says average broker sale, or if it even just says one or the other, average broker sale, it's going to tell you about what they're selling for in the broker at the moment. You can drop it in the trade broker and try to sell it for that amount. Again, I undercut pretty serious on most of my items just because I wanted to sell them really fast. If you're looking for money fast, you may want to go ahead and just sell it to the NPC merchant and get the 10,000. But if you need 12,000, go ahead and put it in the trade broker for 12,000. It's going to sell real quickly right now because all my diamonds sold, and I had gotten all my diamonds for free from event drops over the past couple months or so. So anything in your inventory that either says sale value or says average broker sale, as long as it does not say cannot trade and it does not say no sale value, because sometimes it'll say one or the other. So you can sell it to an NPC merchant, but not, in the trade broker sometimes. And then sometimes you can sell stuff in the trade broker, but NPC merchants won't buy them. But if it says cannot trade and no sale value, you're not going to get any gold from it, period, because you can't sell it at all. So you want to look for either sale value or average broker sale or both, and you will make gold from it. So it's in your inventory, it's in your bank, you don't need it, but you can sell it, sell it. Just like I did a few of mine. I still have way too much in my bank, and I need to keep clearing it out some more. But I did put a few things out there just to demonstrate. So, end of the video. I'm going to stop talking now. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Hopefully some of you take some of those tips and start earning more gold than what you've been making so far. And until next time, enjoy Tera and happy gaming.